He's refereed York City 7 times in the past. York City have only drawn 2 of those games. They've lost the last 5. He generally doesn't have great games here. He was in charge of the Sutton United game back in January. There's a big incident where Dipo Akinyemi was fouled on the edge of the area and Sutton went downfield and scored a goal. He's not particularly well liked in these parts, so fingers crossed. He's due a good game here, Ian. York City, it looks as though they've been turned around. They'll be shooting towards the south stand in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, the referee, we're all aware of who he is and his history here. Surely not again today. Please.
Well, the one thing
let it be a fair game.
These referees are now entrusted with League 1 and League 2 games as well, so he does referee in the EFL. Surely he can't have poor games every single day of the week.
We must have just seen his 5 bad ones.
Well, all you have to do is do a Google search for him. There's quite a number of crazy decisions that he's given out over the years. Fingers crossed he has a good game though here today. So York City are kicking off. Aldershot have turned York around. York shooting towards the south stand as they were in their last home game. It didn't do them any harm that day. Mr. Marsden has the whistle to his lips and he blows, and Pearce lays it off back to Felix. Right, let's have a look at York City. What are they going to do here? Started off here with Tyree Sinclair at right back, but I imagine that's going to change pretty sharpish. In fact, City have gone. Are they going to go 3 centre backs here? Are they? Is Cam John on the left hand side? No, they're not. Forward to Armstrong. John gives it to Armstrong. He bursts forward over halfway. He's got loads of room. Nathaniel George is on the left. Nathaniel George round the back. He's going to run to the penalty area. Nathaniel George comes in field. Touch let him down there. Falls to John. He gets past his man. Good tackle comes in. York City have a corner in the opening 27 seconds.
That's a fantastic start from York City. It really is. The formation through both you and I, David. I think it also through Aldershot, because Joe Felix started in the middle and Tyree Sinclair was at right back, clearly at right back. I don't know if that's going to settle down and change or not, but Aldershot did not know what was going on.
Hunt over this corner kick. His deliveries have been pretty decent from set piece deliveries. He gets ready to take this corner in front of the south stand. York is there revving up the crowd and all the photographers hoping to get that snap if the ball hits the back of the net. And it comes now to the near post, headed away by Aldershot to the edge of the box. Richardson turns. He's got Sinclair there with him, gives it to Sinclair. Sinclair plays it back down the line to Richardson. Richardson tries to get past his man Hargreaves, comes in field, still got it. Richardson near the corner flag, far side of the ground, in front of the west stand. And now he gives it back to Sinclair. Nice little back heel once more to Richardson. City on the front foot, they have a throw in. Great start from York City.
They really are on the front foot, David. This is, from the kick-off, it's been just incessant City pressure. They are going for that early goal, settle the nerves, hopefully.
Sinclair, ball in his hands. So Sinclair's clearly started on the right hand side. Nathaniel George on this left. Sinclair thrown to the area. No one's marked Richardson in the penalty area. He's won another corner kick. Poor defending from Aldershot. Great play from York City.
Wow.
Second early corner kick.
I mean, Aldershot really are on their heels here. They're on the back foot. City are at them. If City were to score at this point,
they're leaving 2 up. The 2 upfield here, Aldershot. The 2 strikers, Barham and Barrett. City are now sending a second man back. Richardson's gone back to help out Joe Felix. And Hunt is over the corner. Everyone for York City in the 6-yard box are on the penalty spot.
I'd imagine the second corner of the day will be aimed at Callum Howe.
And it comes now. It is a deep one towards Callum Howe. The back post. He heads it back across goal. And in it goes! Early goal! Ollie Pearce with his 30th goal of the season. It was a brilliant nod back from Callum Howe. And there was Pearce unmarked at the back post. He couldn't miss with his head. York City 1, Aldershot 0. Less than 2.5 minutes on the clock.
What a start. Do you know, you just felt it was coming. I don't know, it's easy to say once you've just seen the goal go in the back of the net, but that corner came across. As I said, the second corner usually is aimed for Callum Howe, and certainly was. He wins almost everything in the air, Callum Howe. Mark Lawrenson just said up there he could play League 1, maybe, and I think he probably could on this form. We don't want him to, only with York City obviously, but he's won the header brilliantly. And there's that man again, Ollie Pearce at the back stick. We're all good strikers, loiter and get lucky, because they're always there. It's not luck at all. He knows exactly where to go and find the goals.
I couldn't hear all of that because of the noise around us. Who did Matt Lawrenson say could play League 1?
Matt Lawrenson, it's Callum Howe. He is so impressed with Callum Howe.
I don't want to disagree with a Liverpool legend being here, but there's a reason why Callum Howe hasn't been playing league football throughout his career.
You missed everything I said on this form, on the form he's shown this season. Matt Lawrence, I tend to agree. He did say alongside a player of quality, Callum Howe would do well at a much higher level than this. And listen, he's been brilliant this season, dude. It's hard to argue.
He has been brilliant. I think he'll probably come third in the Player of the Year. I would have thought, behind Pearce and Felix.
Well, I'll tell you
that's
now,
a big call. League
Mark
One.
Lawrenson rates him very highly, and as do I, as do you. We all do. He's been superb this season. He wins every header, David.
He does.
Defensively
John
and attack.
sends it long, looking for Pearce. Pearce can't get there, headed across this near side by Aldershot and scuffed into touch on halfway. Tommy Widdington, the manager, controls it in his usual blue suit and his Aldershot red and blue tie.
Yeah, it looks
Throwing
smart.
to York on halfway.
That's the old York City tie, Aldershot.
It's very similar, isn't
Yeah.
it? Aldershot in an all-yellow kit here today. They trail already by 1-0.
And what a goal it was. That is no luck. That is a corner that has been perfected on the training field. Hunt, Callum Howe win the header, and Ollie Pearce at the back stick. Brilliant striker's goal.
30 goals in all competitions, 28 in the league for Ollie Pearce.
Phenomenal.
Add 12 assists to that. It is phenomenal. 12 goals in 13 appearances since he picked up that red card.
How many penalties has Ollie Pearce scored this season?
Oh, I don't have it down, but there's quite a few.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, but regardless, isn't it? That's a heck of a return in his first year at this level.
Let's have a look at this York City formation. So Nathaniel George on the left-hand side, Richardson's on the right,
Felix.
Pearce through the centre.
Yeah.
It's almost like a 4-2-4 with Sinclair wide right. That little bit deeper.
Yeah, Felix is playing right in the middle of the park here, right now, though.
Armstrong brilliant there. Widdington not happy with his tackling in midfield. His son's in there. So I have to say as well, did you see the penalty that were given last week and the red card for the Woking player in the FA Trophy semi-final? Theo Widdrington claimed he was elbowed. There's no elbow. He goes down the middle of his penalty box, the manager's son, and then he looks at the camera, the GoPro is behind the goal with a big smile on his face as the red card comes out. Shocking bit of play acting. I'm surprised he hasn't been retrospectively banned. Sinclair bursting forward down the right hand side, but his touch just lets him down. There's a little bobble over there as well, and Aldershot on the heels have to clear it back up to halfway. Now it goes to Felix. The red card was overturned for Woking as well, but how Widdrington have escaped a ban really for the terrible play acting, I'm not 100% sure. Very, very fortunate, and that saw Aldershot through to the final of the FA Trophy, where Costa plays Speddymore, which is a bit of a shock, them going through on penalties at Rochdale.
Ollie Dyson will be at Wembley, was he?
He certainly will, yeah. Richardson on the right-hand side to Sinclair. He can't keep it in play, and it goes out into touch for another throw-in to Aldershot at the back, which they take immediately, and it's thrown to Luca Woodhouse, former Wycombe man. Back to his goalkeeper.
It is. It's almost a three at the back, and I think and almost Hunt is playing just ahead of the middle of that three is Callum Howe.
Well, if you have someone who's playing three at the back and you are better man-to-man than they are, I don't mind it, because surely you should come out on top more times than not.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. And, Joe Felix is definitely playing in the middle of the park. He is not anywhere near the right back position.
Howe into midfield for Richardson on the right hand side, gives it to Sinclair. He tries to feed it back down the line, comes to Fagan Walcott, and that goes into touch for an Aldershot throw in front of the empty bank of seats over there in the West Stand overflow. York City 1, Aldershot Town 0. 7 minutes gone here on BBC Radio York.
It has totally caught Aldershot out, hasn't it? They look, where's my man? Where's my player? I'm meant to be marking, Hunt, or the left-sided player will be saying I'm meant to be marking Felix. Well, they're nowhere near those areas of play.
Dewhurst clears. He was the man who was in goal for Boston a couple of years ago in that playoff final, on loan from Sheffield United at the time. He's now at Aldershot. A little bit like York City in the early stage of this season. Widdrington did rotate his goalkeepers, but now Dewhurst is clearly the number one. And Sinclair has it at the back for York City. Gives it to Hunt. Poor ball for Alex Hunt to Sinclair, who's the one player so far that's looked a little bit shaky. Aldershot are able to cross into the York City box. Poor cross. Cam John gets there before the Aldershot man, not once but twice, and now a third time too. And he wins the free kick. Not sure what that's about. Aldershot not happy with the referee.
Yeah. I think Tyree Sinclair just getting you. He's definitely playing sort of right wing backish. He's definitely the person that's over on that right hand side, and he just got caught out with a slack pass into Joe Felix in the middle of the park.
So Aldershot down in 14th place, not much to play for in the league. Ironically, Aldershot were in 14th place when York went to the EBB earlier in the season, back in September. Long ball downfield from Harrison Mail. That's overhit though in his all orange kit, and that goes all the way through to Marcus Dewhurst. And he gets ready to play it out on this near side. Not going to go short. He tells his defenders now to clear his penalty area, and is going to go long down the centre of the field. Dewhurst Down the centre it goes, onto the head of Fagan Walcott. They've hardly had a touch here, Aldershot, in these opening exchanges. Good tackle there to win it back from Marvin Armstrong. Under pressure from Widdrington. Oh, skips past his man through the legs. Bit of a nutmeg there as he spins it past Jones. And it's passed now to John. Nathaniel George tries to turn his man, brilliantly turns his man, Nathanial George. Runs towards the edge of penalty area. Now he gives it to Cam John. He's got a man overlap at the far side. Cross into box. Richardson gets past his man. Richardson, 2-0! What a beautiful goal by York City. Absolutely ripping apart Aldershot down this left-hand side. Nathaniel George did brilliantly. Armstrong before him did brilliantly. It's a perfect ball in. And then cool calmness personified from Lewis Richardson. York City 2, Aldershot 0. We've not even played 10 minutes.
No words. No team in the world defends that. That was brilliant play. Actually, Nathaniel George sent the Aldershot player fish chips, scraps, baked beans, put an extra portion of peas on. He did not have a clue where Nathaniel George had gone. He's beat the man. Perfect pass to Cam John. He whips the ball across the face of the goal. And then Lewis Richardson, the composure of the young lad, to have the touch in the 18-yard box, which set him up for the finish. What a team goal. What a goal, York City. What a start to this match.
It's an absolutely brilliant goal. It's one of the best goals of the whole season. The ball, and it's a lovely pullback as well from Cam John. And Richardson just sells the dummy. Good first touch, gets it away from the defender, completely caught on his heels, and then he slams it into the roof of the net. Could be game over already.
Well, if City continue in this vein, Tommy Widdrington might want to get on that bus at half time, because this is, without doubt, an electric start from York City.
Aldershot come forward down the left-hand side, edge of the area, pulled back to Barrett. Barrett skips past his man, goes to ground.
He's
penalty.
He's giving it.
He's giving a penalty. Felix penalised. He can't believe the decision. Barrett goes to ground, and Aldershot have a route back straight away into this game from the penalty spot.
Football has a habit of upsetting you in moments of joy, and that, I think, do you know what? It looked like a penalty, and there was no way this referee was any doubt. There's no way he wasn't going to give it, that's for sure. You can maybe see the replay, David, I can't, but it looked from here as if there was a leg outstretched.
Oh, it's a dive. That looks like a dive. Felix can't believe it. I don't think he does any contact there.
Joe Felix looked absolutely aghast at the referee's decision, but there's no way that this referee, wasn't going to give that, was there?
And it's Barrett who's over it, as he cut back and tried to turn Felix. Both, just the way he fell didn't make it look as though it was a dive to me. Barrett from the spot. Mail saves it! Yeah! Barrett! Yes! Dive! Get it! Brilliant! Harrison Mail. Now City come forward for the penalty. On the right side. Sinclair! Brilliant from York City goalkeeper. Sinclair comes forward. There's a foul off the ball on Armstrong. Referee doesn't give it. Give it to Pearce, right hand side. Pearce gets a deep cross into the box. Goalkeeper gathers.
Wow, well, maybe justice has been served.
I think it has.
You think it's a dive? It's a dive, then you don't deserve to score. And Harrison Mail playing his part in this electric start here at the LNER Stadium.
And now the flag goes up against him. It's a brilliant save to his right hand side, and then the block of the second, but he smothered it really, the second one. Brilliant save, Harrison Mail at full stretch to his right.
Look at
City
the space Joe Felix is getting.
Felix, he's in here. Top to Nathaniel George is onside. Really, really wide left. Needs to pull it back in the middle, in the penalty area. Needs someone there to the edge of the box. Pearce dummies it. Surely 3-0 Armstrong. Oh, it's blocked by the goalkeeper. Oh, was it a defender? Oh, they could have walked that in York City. How's it not 3-0?
It's brilliant football. They are tearing Aldershot. Oh, it's like they're ripping the top off a tin here. It's just incessant. They're just ripping through them, and it was lovely football. I think Pearce threw a dummy in there, and Marvin Armstrong, I think he's just unlucky, to be honest.
It's brilliant defending. I think it's last gaps defending by the defender to throw himself in front of the ball. Armstrong, I don't think saw him coming. City come again on the right hand side. Pearce, Richardson, back to Pearce. Brilliant crossfield ball for Pearce. Just can't cut out the last man. Headed back, it goes to John for York City.
I can't
on halfway.
I cannot catch my breath here. It's just amazing football from York City. And Aldershot, literally, they're like a boxer after 10 rounds that's had a real beating here. They have no idea what's going on.
Felix, man who gave away that penalty. He wasn't booked either, Joe Felix, for the penalty.
Look at the space
Look at his space he's got in midfield. Joe Felix held up initially. Now he can send it to the right-hand side. He gives it to Pearce, who's dropped it. Pearce, 30 yards from goal. Wide right, it goes to Sinclair. City got 4 in the box. Sinclair, if you can find one of them. He's going to run it, his man. Gets the cross in now. Oh, interjected it at the near post. An Aldershot clear, but it'll come back again in a minute. Lovely from Callum Howe to give it to John on this left-hand side. I don't think Barham's had a touch yet, the former Maidstone man here. To Armstrong it goes. Armstrong back to halfway once more. To Hunt. Super Joe sing the South Standers. Hunt to Howe. On this near side, City lead 2-0. All action opening 14 minutes. Finds its way through to Armstrong. Look at the gaps again in between the lines. Armstrong, edge of the box, right-footed, into the penalty area. Armstrong! Oh, and he's put it over the bar! They're all over the shop here, Aldershot.
Yeah, well, they haven't had a chance to come up for air. They just can't get a break. They look at the players, they're screaming at each other, but there's no answer. They can't defend this. They can't get near York City. I've not seen a more one-sided 15 minutes of football, well, in a long, long time.
And Adam Mitchell's still out there encouraging his side forward. It's an absolute 2-0 mauling at the minute. And they've missed a penalty of Aldershot.
Yeah. And City, again, Armstrong there with a great chance. The one just before they defended it well. This could easily be 4-0. Even, if they'd scored the penalty 4-1, but they wouldn't have deserved it because it wasn't a penalty.
I'm not sure this goal kick's actually in the box either for Dewhurst. Look where he's placed that ball in.
Well, he doesn't know it. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's literally he's punch drunk.
Far side, he clears. Downfield, one in the air by Tyree Sinclair. He can't find Fearless. And it's sent now across this near side.
So he was in here.
Sinclair, all the way to Nathaniel George. He's going to get there as well. Nathaniel George, he does in the penalty area. Holds off his man really well, Nathaniel George. Now comes back across the face of the box.
Ooh.
Gets the shot, it's blocked. Back up to halfway goes Barham, gets his first touch. Finds his man on this near side. Good tackle though from Marvin Armstrong. Armstrong is penalised by Paul Marsden. Adam Inchwood not happy with the decision.
I think 6.5, 6.5 does that. Yeah, if we can't catch our breath, imagine being an Aldershot player, David, out with the yellow kit on out there. I'm pretty sure they want this. They want to press Control Alt Delete because this has been a terrible start for them.
And they've run that straight into touch. Thank you to Chris Forth, I think it is. Ollie Pearce, 8 penalties this season, more than anyone else in a season in City's history.
Right, 8 penalties, but still a lot of goals in open play. What a season he's having.
He says we need to calm down. He's worried about Ryan.
Oh well, don't worry.
City have it at the back with Mail. Long ball downfield as Nathaniel George tries to make a burst. Just can't beat the man in the centre of the park though, Mail. Picked up by the yellow shirts on that left-hand side. Well intercepted by Sinclair, who is playing as a right wing back. And now he can come forward. Look at the space, just allowed to drift past Aldershot players.
Frightening.
Good ball to Nathaniel George. They're all over the shop. They don't know what to do here, Aldershot.
No.
Nathaniel George, edge of the penalty area again on this left-hand side. Take him to the line, Ashley. He's got overlap from Cam John. Gives it to Cam John. Just outside the penalty area still, Nathaniel George. For York City. Look at the space for Hunt now in the centre of the park. He's told to shoot. Lays off. Richardson through. Shoots. Scores! 3-0 Richardson. Look Hunt through like a hot knife through butter. Aldershot nowhere. Perfect. Brilliant passing play from York City. Lovely finish by Richardson to the bottom left-hand corner. It's City 3. Aldershot 0 after 17 minutes.
I don't care where you are today, David. There is no team going to be as dominant and as clinical and as fantastic as York City this afternoon. This 17 minutes have gone, David. This could be 5-0. It's only 3. I think, oh my word, this is as good as you're going to see. This is football at the highest quality at pace.
I'm going to give a shout out to Steve Wood from Plonkers Wine Bar, who are the sponsors of the match here today. He saw the Aldershot players. They came up on the train yesterday and he saw them having a wander by the river near his wine bar
Plonkers last
yesterday. And as he was wandering past, he said, "We're going to score a hatful against you tomorrow." And they sort of laughed at him.
Wow. Well, maybe, yeah, I mean, Aldershot just haven't had any chance to even think about coming up for air. That's how dominant this has been.
They are being absolutely blown away here.
Yeah, City this is all about York City. It's not Aldershot. I don't know how good Aldershot are. What I do know is that York City have been almost perfect.
He's desperately trying to get instructions on here. It's Witherington.
Oh, he wants the game
to his captain Aaron Jones on this near side.
He knows that his team right now just haven't got a Scooby. They have not got a clue.
You're saying they're not tall. You've got to talk. We've got to talk a little bit more out there. We need to be a bit more vocal because we're all over the shop.
They can do all the talking they like. York City are playing absolutely brilliant football. That's what's happening today. This isn't... Aldershot haven't been terrible. They haven't had a chance to be terrible. York City have just absolutely swamped them all over the pitch.
Got to stay on the front foot here, City.
Yeah, well, if they do,
it could be a cricket score.
Oh, my word.
And they are going to cut into that goal difference that Barnet have at the minute on York City if things stay like this. Across the left-hand side from Hargreaves. That's a nice ball. Played over his shoulder, though. Offside. In fact, he's gone out of play first for a throw-in. So that will take precedent over there, and that'll be a York City throw on halfway. York City 3, Aldershot Town 0. Our colleagues here alongside us, Rob Rotten from BBC Surrey, hands on his head, cannot believe what he is watching.
I'd be unplugging and heading off, to be honest.
Sun's just coming out as well, Ian. Have you got your factor 50 on?
I have.
I haven't yet.
And
I might have to put some on at half-time. I've got a cap as well.
Case.
Fagan Walcott
certainly is shining today.
Look how many players City have got forward here.
Yeah.
The York substitutes are out warming up. They fancy a bit of the action. Fagan Walcott to Hunt. Little layoff into midfield. Felix can't get there. Aldershot are able to clear. Yeah. And it's Barham on this left-hand side. Almost runs into his own man. Jack Barham trying to run at Cam John. Does well. But then there's a good tackle comes in into Widdrington. He spreads it to the far side of the field. Will that stay in play or is it going to drift out? It's going to drift out. Oh no, Frost has kept it in, has he? No, he hasn't. That'll be a York City throw-in.
I'd be so interested to hear your interview, David, later on with Adam Hinshelwood. The tactic, what he's done here, he has tweaked it, but Aldershot haven't got a clue how to react to it. You know, Sinclair, no one expected him to be on the right wing back and Felix in the middle of the park. That's what it looks like right now. It looks like almost a three. Hunt dropping in when he needs to, but he hasn't needed to. Felix is all over the place, almost like a free floating defensive attacking midfield. Everything, basically. It's just, and it's all the passing.
Oh, look at this player, Pearce.
We're in again
now
here.
Forward to Cam John, who's in a centre forward position.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
To the right side to Richardson.
It's like organised
Look
chaos.
at how many men York City have got running forward here. And it falls, breaks down, and it's Aldershot now can come forward. City have left them almost 2-on-1 here as Aldershot come forward. To this Barham on this right-hand side, edge of the box. Barham, tight angle, drills it into the near post. They pull a goal back. Hinshelwood furious that City were caught on the break there. Mail maybe could have done better, but it's a lovely finish from Jack Barham. York City 3, Aldershot Town 1.
Do you know, we were just saying it was like organised chaos, and it did feel like that. Until Cam John, you're suddenly saying he's in the striking position. Who's at left back? No one. Callum Howard's left on his own basically, and great finish. That's just a reminder to City to keep a lid on the chaos. It was looking really organised until a minute ago. And Adam he's furious that we've gone a bit too wild there.
It reminded me a little bit of the last time that Marsden was here, the referee, against Sutton. Will Davis scored in down that side, but he put it into the top of the net from the same distance.
I wonder if that's what Adam's unhappy with, or is he unhappy with the fact that Callum Howard's left on his own there. City, and listen, you're 3-0 up, you're playing beautiful football. You know, that temptation as a footballer to join in probably hit Cam John there, and he's joined in, and unfortunately City got caught on the break totally against the run of play, because this has been, you know, a phenomenal start to this match from York City. That a little bit of a dampener, but it mustn't knock City. Just keep going. Maybe just be careful throwing too many bodies forward at one time.
York City 3, Aldershot 1. Fagan Walcott gives it to Sinclair on the right hand side. Back it goes this time to Hunt, who's back out helping out defensively.
So he's dropping into centre half when if you notice, Malachi Fagan Walcott had drifted beyond the halfway line there, knowing that Hunt was dropping in for him. That works. It's just when everyone does it.
Mill loses a chance of an 18th clean sheet as City go long. The yellow shirts pick it up in the centre of the park, and it's played back by Hargreaves to Woodhouse. Woodhouse, long diagonal ball, that's overhit though. Can't find the man on this near side, Aaron Jones. A number of these players were with Widdrington at Kings Lynn. Now he's asking them to swap over actually here. Ryan Jones is moving across to the left. Looks like Tyler Frost is moving across to the right. And City have it in the left-back position with John. He gives it to Felix. Oh, Widdrington caught there. Felix is all right, though, and stays on his feet. That was almost a four-round smash into Joe Felix.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Probably the only way they could stop him.
City have it at the back on the far side. with Fagan Walcott. There's Callum Howe that manages having a go at here. I'm not sure if he thinks it was Callum Howe's fault that Aldershot got the goal.
I think Callum Howe was left isolated, but maybe showed too much of the goal, and then Harrison Mills been beaten at his near stick. It's just everything that could go wrong at that moment in time, just that fraction of a second, did, unfortunately for City, because this has been a near faultless start to the match.
Weird that they missed a penalty as well, so it could easily be 3-2.
Yeah, and we could have had it could be 5-2. It could be 5-2.
Oh, it could easily be more. Pearce, nice lovely ball round the corner. Sinclair keeps it in play on the right hand side near the corner flag. Look how many men City have got in the box again here. Sinclair's going to run at Woodhouse. Now he comes in field, still got hold of the ball. Sinclair goes back to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott back to Sinclair. Lovely through ball for Sinclair. Wide right. Tackle comes in. York City winning the corner. Third of the game.
Yeah, again, incisive, fast-moving attacking play from York City. They are finding all the gaps. They're finding all the holes. Players are getting into so many really good spaces. Aldershot just can't seem to get near them. I'm confused looking at sometimes when you're seeing players that are flying off in like the red arrows at times. City here
just making sure the York City player Sinclair's alright. He's off the pitch with the photographers over there. Now of course City got the opening goal from a corner, free header back post. Callum Howe back across goal for a nod in from Ollie Pearce. He is fine. Sinclair gets a round of applause. He makes his way back onto the pitch, hunts over the corner again. Callum Howe standing outside the penalty area at the minute on this near side. Aldershot players have got the double teapots on in that penalty box if they don't have a clue what's about to happen.
They don't.
I'll give them a good idea. Everyone for York City's come all the way across this near side, the far corner of the penalty area. They're all then going to make a dash. Aldershot trying to block. Pearce goes near post. Then it comes now from Hunt into the centre. Oh, it's allowed to bounce. Callum Howe has to try and recycle it on this left-hand side. Should go back into midfield. He's still got it as Howe. Goes all the way back to Joe Felix instead. City getting men back as Felix plays it to Mail. They're going to make a change here of the visiting team. Kwame Thomas, the striker's about to come on. Surely a tactical change, I would have thought. A bit more height into the Aldershot side. Man on loan from Ebbsfleet. Hunt down the left-hand side. Straight to a yellow shirt, though. And it's played back to his goalkeeper. Dewhurst under pressure from Pearce. Clears long downfield. Fagan Walcott gets his head to it. Barrett to the left-hand side. Gives it to Jones. Back into defence. And they've given that away in the centre circle. Felix is going to win it for York City. Oh, Nathaniel George turns away from his man. He's caught on the centre spot virtually. That'll be a free kick to York. And now Thomas will come on for Aldershot Town.
Yeah, well, obviously Tommy Widgington, he probably had to do something. He's probably thinking about that change at 3-0. And you got to feel for the lad that's coming off. 26 minutes have passed, David, and you're being substituted off. That is not a nice feeling for that young lad or that lad. The manager's just shook him on his head. He doesn't know why he's coming off, but I think you're right.
Tyler Frost.
Yeah, it has to be tactical. It has to be a change from Widgington. He's obviously spotted something that's not working for his team and made a change.
Number 39, Kwame Thomas. Replacing number 8, Tyler Frost.
So it's almost gone 4-4-1-1 or 4-5-1 here. Aldershot, from what we can see, as they line up for this York City free kick with Thomas, the lone striker. Howe to this left-hand side to Armstrong, trying to bulk up the centre of the pitch where there's been huge gaps for York City to try and take advantage of. So York City 3, Aldershot 1, 27 minutes on the clock. Howe into Hunt. Hunt gives it to Fagan Walcott. He comes back to Callum Howe on this left-hand side of the defence. Howe into midfield. Hunt. Big spaces again for Alex Hunt. Ooh. No one closing him down. He tries to thread it through and then it hits Nathaniel George and falls nicely for Felix. Back it comes towards Nathaniel George. That's a bit of a sloppy pass though from Fagan Walcott, and the yellow shirts have it at the back. Gone to a back four, haven't they, here? With Aaron Jones playing at right back. He's dangerous ball into the middle of the park, and of course Woodington goes to ground. We know this referee, any sort of contact, he will blow up. And Aldershot have it on the right hand side. Yeah, he into midfield to Hargreaves.
Almost couldn't wait to blow his whistle there, the referee, could he?
Launched forward by Aldershot, flicked on by Barham. Thomas attempting to get there. Good tracking though by Fagan Walcott, and he gives it to Cam John. John Back once more to Harrison Mail it goes. City leading by 3-1. All action start. Aldershot missed a penalty as well. Crazy game. Lovely ball around the corner from Hunt. Look at the space for Tyree Sinclair on that right hand side.
Wow.
He's got Richardson outside him if he wants. Sinclair's going to run 40, 50, 60 yards of the ball here to the edge of the penalty area. Now he gives it to Richardson, who's got 2 goals to his name. Gets it back a second time. Does it come off the Aldershot man last? That should be a corner kick. No, it didn't. It came off the York City man last, and it's a goal kick.
The football was brilliant there. Adam's furious at that because Terry Sinclair has ran in. Terry's had a good start, by the way. He's had a good start, but he made the wrong decision then. He ran into the space that Lewis Richardson was in, and then he had to pass a 5-yard ball. He gave Richardson no time. Pass it early or go yourself. Simple as.
Thomas flicks that on. Barham goes to ground looking for a free kick. He's told to get up by the crowd around us. City have it at the back once more with Fagan Walcott. We've got the Easter weekend coming up, so in action early kick-off next Friday, Good Friday away at Gateshead 12:30, and then Oldham here on Easter Monday for a 3 o'clock kick-off. That's a poor ball downfield from Howe. It goes all the way through once more to Dewhurst.
Needed to have more of a diagonal pass there, Callum Howe. He went straight down the middle because the diagonal is working. Nathaniel George is getting in behind, Pearce is running in behind, but if you put it straight into the keeper's hands, you're not going to do too much.
Aldershot long down the centre of the field looking for Thomas, headed away by Fagan Walcott. Widrington gets his head to it, so too does Hargreaves, but Joe Felix will win it for York City. Skips past Hargreaves. Past the second man, Joe Felix.
Stop it,
on
Joe.
the left-hand side. Can he get across it? Yes. Of course he can. Deep one, almost finds Richardson. Falls to the edge of the box. Sinclair, he's encouraged to shoot. Needs to shift it. Edge of the D. Still got it, Sinclair. Left-footed. Takes the shot. Deflects. Corner kick, York City.
Joe Felix, he's turned the fancy. Come on. That's just brilliant. What? Yeah.
You feel as though there's an opportunity to score every time City attack.
Yeah, every time we get on the ball, we look dangerous. It was so dangerous. And Joe Felix, they skipped past 3 men as if they weren't there.
Hunt's coming across again, so this first corner from this near side. City's 4th of this first period. They're still leaving 2 up here at Aldershot. So Sinclair and Felix are left back. Hunt over the corner. Batty, John Lewis and Crooks out warming up. And it comes now from Hunt, drilled deep.
Oh my word!
Free the back post, Sinclair on the volley, blocked almost on the goal line by Thomas. What a lovely pick out! No one read that. Sinclair, lovely connection as well. Unfortunate there was a man in the way. Corner.
That would have been the best free kick you'd ever see. That was a perfection. They've worked on that clearly. Everyone's gone into the box. Nobody's watched Sinclair coming from his right back position, and Alex Hunt has pinged the ball from this side to the other to perfection, and Sinclair has hit the ball to perfection. It's just good defending that it didn't go in the back of the net.
Richardson's going to be disappointed. He's having to go back to halfway here to defend for this one. He's not going to get his hat-trick quite yet.
Yeah.
Far side of the field, another York City corner. Alex Hunt, and it comes now. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper this time. Disappointing.
We'll lay him off with one. That's his first bad one in a long time.
They have 2-on-2 though here, Aldershot at the back, and that's a good pick out for Barham. Can he keep it in play on this right hand side? Jack Barham, he can, but he has to put it into touch for a York City throw in. Good pick out from Dewhurst.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. We have been encouraged on, but purely by virtue of how well we're playing, and Aldershot not really knowing what to do, is that when our attacks break down, that's the best thing that can happen for Aldershot, because then they are hitting us on the break. It literally is their only weapon at the moment. Is we are overcompensating, having a real go at them, and it is leaving a few gaps at the back. But it's hard to say done because it's so fun to watch. It really is.
Oh yeah,
the way City are playing. This is how football should be, really.
And that ball's gone all the way through to Harrison Mail together. It's exactly how football should be.
Brilliant. It's brilliant. And Aldershot, in fairness, they probably realise their part today is probably going to be, or their only real outlet is to hit us on the break, because City they're on it. They're just on it.
How then? At the back for York City. Into midfield to Armstrong, who tries to collect the ball on the half turn before going back to John. John once more back to Harrison Mail. It's been an absolutely cracking first half of football here. York City 3, Aldershot Town 1. City completely dominant though. Fagan Walcott forward. That's a bit sloppy once more from the former Cardiff man, and Aldershot get it in midfield, and Widrington can play it down the left hand side, but they won't expect it down there. Offside flag will go up, and it does. That'll be a free kick to York City in the right back position, where Tyree Sinclair goes fetch the ball from underneath the scoreboard.
Yeah, fair play to Tyree Sinclair, in a position that's not overly familiar to him. He read the danger there and he followed that ball. Even though it went out, he was in contention. Should it have landed at the Aldershot left winger's feet, he was in contention to stop it. So well played Terry Sinclair there. But you said it, David, this has been it's been brilliant to watch, but this has been football of the highest quality. It really has. I mean, the passing, the intricacies, the free kicks, the finishing, it has just been as near to perfect as you'd want.
York City just getting the ball back into the required position to take the free kick, and it comes back once more to Harrison Mayle. Mayle gives it to his captain Callum Howe. Howe long down this left hand side. He could have just laid it into John there actually than trying to play it over the top, but anyway, defender got there, goes back to Dewhurst. John tries to block Dewhurst. Front again here is Cam John. City caught out the last time that he went wandering forward. That's a good header from Callum Howe. Oh no, the referee says he came through the back of Thomas. Use of the arm. Thomas rubs the back of his head. Is he going to book him here?
No, surely not. It's just a challenge, referee.
He's having a word with Callum Howe. Maybe, I
think maybe Callum Howe's arm was up, but I mean the striker's gone down as if he's been poleaxed. He wasn't. He's back up now. He's fine.
And he doesn't book Callum Howe.
No.
Aldershot take the free kick to the left hand side. Intercepted though by good tackle from Sinclair.
Brilliant.
Sinclair then fouled, is he? No, he's looking for that one, says the referee. Sinclair straight back up, so he's got that one right. It's Paul Marsden. Well played to him for that. And they have it at the back with Armitage. Armitage to Jones. Back it goes to Armitage. On loan from Southampton. Player that Aldershot spotted when he played against them in the National League Cup. See, the final of that's been arranged this week. Sutton against Leeds United under 21s. We're calling it a glamour final. It's going to be played at Sutton United's ground.
Oh, really?
So they're going to be at home. The proviso, I think, when it was first dreamt up, that competition at the start of the season, the expectation was that the final would be at a Premier League ground, but no.
Is this the one where you declined the invite? Yeah, that's probably wise.
Yeah, the one that was sort of the softener to no FA Cup replays.
Yeah,
not really worked, it has to be said. Felix round the corner to Fagan Walcott. He goes back to Mayle. Mayle lays it off once more to Fagan Walcott. He can come forward. 81333 on the text. 08000 321 on WhatsApp. Start your message with the word York if you're using either of those at BBC York Sport. That's a nice little turn from Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George coming forward on the right hand side. Gives it to Felix over there, just outside the penalty area. Joe Felix. Now he'll come in field if he can. Still got it as Felix. Goes back to Sinclair. So Felix turns away from his man. Sinclair though is going to lose possession. He does, and Aldershot have it at the back, but they just gift away possession in the centre of the field. And now Howe can burst forward, gives it to Armstrong. Nathaniel George gets to the penalty area. Nathaniel George tries to lay it through. Richardson just couldn't get it out of his feet. Falls to Sinclair. Shot, rebounds off the goalkeeper's palms, and then it's nodded wide. Armstrong just couldn't control it when it flew back to him, and it goes wide of goal. City still lead 3-1.
Wow, brilliant football again from City. Again, intricate play in and around the Aldershot 18-yard line, and the shot, I mean the keeper didn't even see it coming. I don't think he's pulled off a stop, whether it's a class it as a save or not. I think it's hit him more than anything else.
Got to say hello again to Florence and Robin, who are listening out and about today. On this near side it comes to Armstrong. He wins the challenge. Wanted a bit more than Jones, sorry. Armstrong comes in field. Round the corner it goes to Pearce. Pearce is tackled, and the yellow shirts have it back. Into their own penalty area. Scarborough 0, Buxton 1, I'm hearing. Link to that is on our X feed at BBC York Sport. As Widdrington, nice little give and go. He can come forward, tries playing it through the centre of the field, and that's a nice little composed header from Fagan Walcott back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah,
every time they come forward, Hinchelwood isn't happy.
No, he's because they're finding little gaps as well. But I just think it's because City, they're making hay here, attacking wise, and maybe a couple are going a little bit more than Adam even wants. But you're going to leave little gaps if you throw players forward like we are doing, and with success.
But that's not how to press at the back. It allows City to come out really easy before going back to Mayle. It was only Barrett who was trying to close them down. A nice little triangle, and it falls to Howe. Now it's Hunt, back once more to Callum Howe. Hunt round the corner. Oh, he's giving it straight to the man. Throw on goal. Aldershot. And they put it over the bar from the edge of the area. Hunt passed blind to the edge of his box. And the shot came in. Should have scored Ryan Jones.
Yep.
He blasted it really, really high. It's really poor from the former Bromley and Bristol Rovers man.
Terrible finish. And Alex Hunt, he knows. No one needs to say anything to him. It was I don't want to say complacent. It's too strong a word. It was a very complacent ball. Didn't even look on the edge of his 18-yard line. Very unlike him in that position.
Howe's manager's not happy again with Callum Howe. He tries to play that down the centre of the field. Too much height on it. Easy for Aldershot to deal with, and it falls now to Sinclair in the right back position. He plays it down the line, looking for Pearce, who's forced out wide right. He's not going to get there though. Oh, the defender goes to ground. Defender did manage to find his goalkeeper, and he lays it off down this near side to Jones. Jones infield, it goes to Armitage. Up towards halfway, back to Jones. Nathaniel George encouraged to does well to get past him. Nathaniel George didn't win the tackle, but then the ball just didn't fall to Pearce, and it's played into the centre of the park. Felix putting the pressure on now in the middle. Hargreaves to this right hand side to Widdrington. Over halfway he comes, gives it to Thomas. Thomas back to goal, back to Widdrington. Into the middle, and Hargreaves once more. Now across to the left back to Woodhouse. He sends it down the line on that far side. Jones. Long diagonal ball forward. Callum Howe gets his head to it. Nice composed header from him to find Sinclair, and he gives it to Hunt. Felix. City would love a fourth before half time. Back it goes to Fagan Walcott. He gives it to Harrison Mail. York City 3, Aldershot Town 1. City at the minute looking like they're closing the gap at the top to 6 points after Barnet were held to a 1-1 draw by Wealdstone. Goal for Grimsby at the Exercise Stadium. So Harrogate trailing and Scarborough Athletic trailing. York City leading here though. Felix at the back for City to Fagan Walcott, who's able to come forward over halfway. Richardson wasn't expecting. It was a poor ball from Fagan Walcott. That was the discussion. Fagan Walcott needs to get back in to help out his defence here as Aldershot come forward down the left-hand side and stop the chit-chat. We can deal with that later on. Malachi. City do win it back. Felix. Fagan Walcott. That's a nice ball. Look at the space now for Richardson on that right-hand side. Get on your bike. Lewis Richardson.
Come here.
Over halfway he comes. Now he plays it off down the right-hand side, looking for Sinclair. It's not a great ball. Can Sinclair keep it in play? He can't. It's overhit from Richardson. It goes behind for a goal kick.
Football's all about decisions, and City have looked so good and made all the right decisions this afternoon. Richardson there, though, come across. Marvin Armstrong was in the middle of the park, free. You have putting Tyree Sinclair down an alley. Switch the play. It upsets the opponents. Just got that wrong, Lewis Richardson. He's been brilliant this afternoon, so you can forgive him, but he
could have kept running with it as well. He didn't have to pass.
It was very similar to Sinclair's early, where either make a decision early or go on your own.
A few of the spectators around us starting to head for the gangways. It won't be too long. I'm just going to get a half-time drink, trying to avoid the queues. There could be a goal any second in this match as Thomas throws himself to ground under pressure from Fagan Walcott. The referee gives the decision. Free kick taken immediately by the visitors. They have it at the back, and they go back to the goalkeeper Dewhurst. He clears now into midfield, but John's going to win that header for York City. Forward for Pearce, who's offside. Slow getting back, and the flag goes up. He's pointing at where he thinks an imaginary defender was, but no, the linesman got that correct.
Yeah, just a bit slow getting back onside there. Ollie Pearce. It's a big head from, was it Cam John?
Yeah. I actually thought he should have nodded it down here, down the line instead of going infield.
He's put everything behind it.
I don't think Pearce was expecting it. Dewhurst then, edge of his box. Down this right-hand side, straight to Nathaniel George, who brings it under control and comes infield. It goes back to Howe. Across it goes to Mail. And Mail clears. Down the right-hand side. Richardson flicks it on, finds Pearce. Pearce, a little back heel, cheeky back heel. It falls back to him, then there's a push in the back. Silly from the Aldershot defender over there. Clear free kick. And York City have a chance to swing it in from a deep position.
Yeah, I've no idea what's going through the defender's mind there. Pearce had the ball. He literally just pushed, ran, as if he wasn't there, just ran into him.
Here's Dan Ellison, on loan from Bristol Rovers.
Strange.
Two hands in the back. Going nowhere, Ollie Pearce. Right in front of the referee. Adam Hincher, you can still hear him in the background out there encouraging his side.
Yeah, he wants more now. He doesn't want them to go slack. He doesn't want them to let up.
Free kick then. Hunt's over. All the big men are forward for York City, lining up just on the edge of the Aldershot box. And it comes now, the sun blazing down into the middle. Too easy though, straight to the goalkeeper. And he gathers and clears downfield once more.
2v2 here.
John at the back, under pressure from Barham. Barham gets the better of him, then he pulled down, penalty kick.
Oh no!
He's given another one as the referee. He's going to send him off. He may well get sent off here. Cam John has got to be sent off. If that's a penalty, he's last man, edge of the box. He allowed the ball to bounce. The referee's now going to talk to the linesman. That has to be a red card. If he's given a penalty, he's saying there's a push. Is Joe Felix. Yellow card's out. Well, I don't get that. He's done York City a favour, but...
was it a penalty?
Well, if it's a penalty, it's a red card. He's only shown a yellow to Cam John. I just do not get that.
I don't think he's sure it's a penalty, and that's why he's given a yellow.
There's a little nudge in the back.
There's not much.
And he's got his arm across him. Well, is
it a penalty?
I don't know. It's soft.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen it live, and to me it looked very soft. It looked like the striker just went down. I'm not sure, but then if it is, you're right. It's going to be a red card. So the referee's unsure. So why is he giving the penalty? If you're unsure,
Barham can't believe the decision. So second penalty for Aldershot in this first period. It is soft.
It is. It looked soft at first glance. I've not seen the replay myself, David. You can tell us better, but
Widrington's over this penalty after the big striker Barrett missed the first. Harrison Mail has to try and save a second spot kick in this first half.
It did all come from leaving 2-on-2 at the back. Unfortunately, we'd thrown everyone forward again. Such has been City's dominance this half. I mean, it's unfathomable to think that City could just be 3-2 here, because it really should be 5.
Here he comes, Widrington, the manager's son. 2 minutes goes up on the board. Widrington. Saves again! Thomas has slotted away the rebound though. Mel went the right way to his left, and no one followed in Kwame Thomas, and he was able to tuck it across the goalkeeper. You have to feel sorry for Harrison Mail there. York City 3, Aldershot Town 2.
I can't believe what I'm seeing actually. City have been so dominant, but 2 moments of is it defensive madness? I'm not sure, but we are so dominant that all the players are thrown forward. We're left isolated at the back. Cam John there, I'm not convinced it was a penalty anyway, but assume it is. Should he have been left 2-on-2 at the back? Probably not. I think we're all just enjoying how good City have been this afternoon and forgetting the basics of you've still got to defend. And City, the brutal truth is they've been caught out twice. It's hard to believe, because this has been a fantastic performance. But they've scored 2 goals somehow.
How? To Hunt.
And missed a penalty.
To Fagan Walcott. They missed 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Cleared downfield by Mail. Headed clear by Aldershot. The ball's allowed to bounce. Thomas brings it down his chest. Armstrong wins it for York City. Now it's Hunt. Nathaniel George turns away from his hand, caught late. That's a free kick to York City on this left-hand side. He's been brilliant. He's shown glimpses of absolute quality, Nathaniel George, on this left-hand side. If his message to the manager was, I want to play on the left, he's backing his words up. So York City 3, Aldershot Town 2. 2 goals that are absolutely nothing for Aldershot. Yeah, literally nothing. It's so avoidable. Richardson's been told by Hinchelwood to get wide left as Mail clears downfield. Into midfield it comes. Howe nods forward, looking for Pearce. Pearce around the back. 1-on-1. Ollie Pearce brings it under control of the head and slots it away. Ollie Pearce, what a finish! 1 long ball, brilliant first touch around the back, and then he slotted it past the goalkeeper. York City extend the 2-goal lead. Ollie Pearce, 31. They can't stop Ollie. York City 4, Aldershot 2. Wow, I think Callum Howe won the header. Ollie Pearce, it was all about Ollie Pearce after that. He was just too quick, too cute and too clinical. And Aldershot just have an answer, David. What a striker's finish. That is pure brilliance from York City, and nothing less than they deserve. I can't believe it's 4-2. This should be 5-0. They've had 2 moments. City have had the majority of this game and fully deserve to be at least 2 goals ahead. Callum Howe's first assist of the season.
Is it?
Well, second assist in this game. He's got the 2 nods.
Wow. Yes.
Just a long nod forward from Callum Howe.
Imagine his score on fantasy. Oh no, he's let 2 in. Never mind. What a performance so proud from York City. This isn't over. I think there's more goals in this for York City, David, if they want them. But I'm imagining right now at half-time, Adam will say, remind them, listen, while we're having fun, and it is brilliant, and you want to score goals, of course you do, got to be tight at the back. Don't give them any sniff or any encouragement.
Apologies, it's his 3rd assist of the season, but the first time he's got 2 in a game for York City.
It's a good start.
Aldershot put it straight into touch.
And
from
you were questioning League One football. 2 assists.
He's conceded 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
Minus points in fantasy
Yin and yang. But Ollie Pearce, my word, what more can you say? He is. As soon as he got the head ahead of the centre half there, as soon as he got his head ahead of them, there was only one outcome. He was just through on goal. That was ended up in the back of the net.
Well, we've almost played 4 minutes of injury time. York City 4, Aldershot 2. An absolutely crazy opening 45.
Wow.
There's the referee, blows the half-time whistle. 2 for Pearce, 2 for Richardson. Aldershot have missed 2 penalties. They're putting the rebound for 1. Barham nicely tucked away his other. 4-2 at half-time. It could have been anything. York City have been so dominant. They have been brilliant, apart from 2 bits of really sloppy defending, Ian Dunn.
Yeah.
What an opening half of football.
Absolutely phenomenal. I think York City are lucky to go in at 4-2. I've got to be honest. I'm not sure about the second penalty. Maybe 2 moments of lapses at the back, but this has been as close as an attacking performance. This has been as close to perfection as you'll see all day. It really has. The football has been concise, precise, clinical, everything you can think of, every word you can think of. York City has shown that in that first half. More, please.
Yeah, more of the same second half. There are more goals in this. It won't finish 4-2. That's the scores. Both teams leave to enjoy the half-time break. York City 4, Aldershot 2, Pete.
Breathtaking. Go get your breath back, David Ward and Ian Dunn. What a half of football.
Georgie Spanswick at breakfast.
I make no secret of the fact that I've got a bit of a thing for the actor James Norton from Malton, a woman of my age now. It's not acceptable, really, is it?
Morning, how you doing?
Oh,
Georgie, it's lovely to meet you.
Can you see me on the Zoom? Oh, my word, you're looking lovely.
I'm not really. I'm in a car park on the A1 driving down to London. I had to leave Yorkshire in the beautiful sunshine. Someone said it was your birthday, quite a big birthday.
Oh, yeah, I'm old enough to be your mother. Wow. Cheers, love.
No way. Don't look a day after 35.
Thank you so much. And the next time you get your eyes tested, make sure they do a better job than that.
Georgie Spanswick.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio York. BBC Radio York Sport.
So second half commentary to come of York City against Aldershot with David Ward and Ian Dunn. They're going to need time to get their breath back after that half. York City 4, Aldershot 2. A brace for Lewis Richardson, a brace for Ollie Pearce. 2 penalty saves by Harrison Mail, but Aldershot put home the rebound and get 2 goals back. 2 penalty decisions for Aldershot as well. A game that has so far had absolutely everything. Half-time also at the Exercise Stadium between Harrogate Town and Grimsby. How's it going there, Tim Steer?
It's not gone too well for Harrogate Town in that first half. It's Harrogate Town 0, Grimsby Town 2, the half-time score. In a game which was pretty even for large spells of the game. Neither side really creating any clear-cut chances. Both keepers not having a save to make. And it all of a sudden turned on 39 minutes as Kieran Green hits a shot from 70 yards out and lobs James Belshaw. For a moment it looked like it was just a long clearance that was overhit, but then all of a sudden we saw James Belshaw just backtracking and running back towards his goal, and it ends up going into the back of the net. An absolutely incredible strike from 70 yards from Kieran Green to put Grimsby Town in front. And then the real hammer blow coming in the 4th minute of added on time at the end of the first half. A long throw wasn't headed away properly by Harrogate Town, and Jason Van Thorsen, the Icelandic midfielder, hits a shot on the half volley from just outside the area, beats Belshaw for pace down the middle to give Grimsby Town a 2-0 advantage. Harrogate had an opportunity with the score at 1-0 to level the game, with Ellis Taylor having a low shot which went across the goalkeeper and hit the base of the post, and then March on the rebound from outside the area side-footed it wide. But for Harrogate Town to get anything from this game now, it's going to take a monumental effort. They trail at half-time by 2-0.
Thank you to Tim Steer. Also half-time between Scarborough Scarborough Athletic and Buxton. Watching that one for us is James Fletcher.
Well, there's not as many goals here, but we have had one. It's come from a former Sea Dog rather than a current one. Kieran Burton, the fullback for Buxton, has put Buxton in front after 35 minutes. He found himself free inside the penalty area from a free kick. It was nodded down by Waleji, and Burton was able to strike home underneath Ryan Whitley. The ball, Pete, has been flying about like it's been in a pinball machine here. Neither side really having much composure. Very hard to keep up. But at half-time, Scarborough Athletic are behind by 1-0.
Thank you to James Fletcher. Let's get a check on some of the other scores around the local leagues. In the Northern Counties East Football League Division 1, where it's the final day of the season, it's Nostell Miners Welfare 0, Harrogate Railway 1. Desmond Okoro with the goal for Harrogate in that one. Elsewhere, it's Selby Town 2, Glasshoughton Welfare 1. And in the Northern League, it's Northallerton Town 2, Easington Colliery 1. Harry Croft with a couple of goals for Northallerton Town in that one. Let's run you through then the scores as they stand here on Saturday the 12th of April. So in the early kickoff in the Premier League, it finished Manchester City 5, Crystal Palace 2. City coming from 2 goals down to score 5 unanswered in that one. At the break then, it's Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Leicester City 1, Nottingham Forest 0, Everton 0, and Southampton 0, Aston Villa 0. The late kickoff today is between Arsenal and Brentford at 5:30. The FA Cup women's semi-final, it finished Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1, and it's City against United in the other semi-final tomorrow. Elsewhere in the Championship, Leeds United go back top with a 2-1 win over Paul Heckingbottom, of course former Leeds United manager there, and his Preston North End side. So Leeds 2-1 winners in the early kick-off. Elsewhere, Plymouth Argyle came from a goal down to beat Sheffield United 2-1, so United stay third in the table. Elsewhere, the game between Cardiff City and Stoke City has been suspended. We'll get you more on the details of that when we can. Elsewhere, at half-time, it's Luton Town 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, Millwall 0, Middlesbrough 0, Portsmouth 0, Derby County 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Bristol City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Oxford City 0, Sunderland 0, Swansea City 0, and West Bromwich Albion 1, Watford 0. So not too many goals going in thus far in the Championship. Into League 1, 2 early kickoffs. It finished goalless between Wigan and Wrexham. Elsewhere, Wycombe Wanderers 1, Stevenage 0. So these are now half-time scores in League 1, where it's Barnsley 2, Bolton 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Exeter City 2, Burton Albion 2, Huddersfield Town 0. So that'll do the Brewers' chances of survival in League 1 the power of good if that stays the way it is. Cambridge United 0, Charlton Athletic 1, Crawley Town 0, Leyton Orient 0, Lincoln City 1, Shrewsbury Town 1, Northampton Town 0, Reading 0, and Stockport County 1, Rotherham 1. So 2 early kickoffs for you in League 2 today, where it finished Doncaster Rovers 1, AFC Wimbledon 1, and Swindon Town 5, Bradford City 4. So Bradford were leading that game 3-1 at half-time, but Swindon Town have come back to score 4 against Bradford City. No one seems to want to win the League 2 title as it stands, do they? Elsewhere at half-time, Accrington Stanley 3, Tranmere Rovers 0. So that a good result thus far for Harrogate Town. Barrow 1, Walsall 0, Chesterfield 0, Fleetwood 0, Gillingham 0, MK Dons 0. Our game on DAB digital radio at the moment is Harrogate Town 0, Grimsby Town 2, and Morecambe 0, Carlisle United 1 in that relegation battle in Cumbria. Newport County 0, Colchester United 0, Port Vale 2, Bromley 0. So the early kickoff then in the National League finished Barnet 1, Wealdstone 1, Boston are 1-0 up against Altrincham. It's Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Hartlepool 1, Ebbsfleet 1, Sutton United 0, Halifax Town 0, Maidenhead United 0, Rochdale 2, Eastleigh 0, Southend United 0, Solihull Moors 1, Tamworth 2, Tamworth 3, Braintree Town 2. That's just in injury time at the end of the first half. Woking 0, AFC Fylde 0, Yeovil Town 1, Oldham Athletic 0. And our featured game on FM and BBC Sounds is York City 4, Aldershot Town 2, Forest Green against Gateshead is the late kickoff there at 5:30. Let's just round things up with the results in the National League North at half-time. Alfreton Town 1, Peterborough Sports 0, Chester 0, Darlington 1, Chorley 0, Marine 0, Farsley Celtic 0, Kingsland 2, Kidderminster Harriers 1, Curzon Ashton 0, Leamington 0, Radcliffe 0, Needham Market 0, Rushall Olympic 0, Oxford City 1, Hereford 1, Scarborough Athletic 0, Buxton 1, Scunthorpe 1, Spennymoor 0, South Shields 0, Southport 0, and Warrington 1, Brackley Town 1. So now you're up to date with all of the scores throughout the various leagues. Don't forget, you can get in touch, 81333. Start your message with the word York. What do you make to what you've already heard this afternoon? Quite the game going on at the LNER Community Stadium. We, of course, welcome your messages as they come in. Ian's got in touch and say York seem bang up for wiping out Barnet's goal difference, just in case. Sam's got in touch to say the referee, Paul Marston, making shocking decisions once again. And Cal says, genuinely hope the ref's car breaks down in a no signal zone and he never referees another game again. He is trying so hard to make this game all about him. That's what Cal says on Twitter as well. We'll shortly be returning you for a second half commentary of York City against Aldershot Town. But let's bring you a bit of rugby league for the next couple of minutes, shall we? I had a chat with the York Valkyrie captain Sinead Peach a couple of days ago earlier on in the week. She's obviously coming back from having a year off, time away from the sport for having a baby last year. And the York Valkyrie started their season last weekend with a thumping 56-0 win over Huddersfield in the Challenge Cup. She's been telling me how mum and baby Carter are doing.
We're absolutely great. Carter's doing amazing. He's 5-month-old now, so it's been a long 18 months out of rugby, but I'm happy to have played my first game back on Sunday. So yeah, all is well.
And how hard has it been to return to full-time competitive sport, just a few months after sort of giving birth, really?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I tried to stay within the squad as much as I can and continue to go training when I was pregnant. So that kept the kind of routine. Obviously in the latter few weeks I had to obviously stay at home, but since having him, obviously I've got a really supportive family and partner. Callum's been so supportive with us, and my mum and dad and his mum and dad, so it's made life a lot easier. And then obviously training up with the girls and slowly getting back into contact. It's just been a process really, but a process I've really enjoyed, and just taking baby steps, and I've done all the right protocol, as you would say, to be able to field a game. So,
and did you talk to any other sporting mums to see how they coped and whether or not they could offer you any advice? I know that Kelsey Gentle spoke to the BBC ahead of last year's grand final about how her body changed after pregnancy and sort of childbirth. I think particularly her knee ligaments was sort of the issue for Kelsey. What's your experience been like?
Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky to have Kelsey. She's my best friend, so she's given me all the tips and tricks, bless her. And she said one of the things that she did before going back, got a mummy MOT, which I've never heard of before. So I went to go see a girl in Wakefield, and she did a full examination of my body. And you don't realise, but your abs completely separate when you're obviously growing a child. So she was giving me loads of exercises and examined my body to be able to go back to the sport that I love playing. So, it's been really, really good that the physio at York has been really supportive, and the doctor there. So I've had massive support behind the scenes.
So that is Sinead Peach, the York Valkyrie captain, speaking to me earlier in the week. We'll have full match commentary, remember, of the York Knights against Doncaster on all frequencies on Sunday with Andy Atkinson and Nick Ramsden. The build-up starts at 2 o'clock with James Hogarth before we then kick off at 3 o'clock. And don't forget, it's a double bubble. It's an early kick-off as well for the York Valkyrie, who are in action against Featherstone at midday in the Challenge Cup. So certainly a game in prospect there for the Valkyrie. Can they make it 2 wins from 2 at the start of the season? They're almost ready to get back underway, and we'll split our frequencies shortly.
This Easter
on BBC Radio York.
It's Easter, and if you're stuck for something to do with the kids or grandkids, then BBC Radio York has got your back. Oh yes, we're giving you the chance to win some great family days out this Easter in our weekday breakfast and daytime shows.
Win some Easter fun.
Your first chance to win is on Monday morning after 7:30, then again after 10:30. And that's not all. If you're in Ripon on Monday the 14th of April, join us for a treasure hunt around the city. If you can find one of the secret tokens our Easter bunnies have hidden, you can claim a chocolatey treat in the marketplace.
BBC Radio York.
It's BBC Radio York. Time to split our frequencies once again here on BBC Radio York. If you want Harrogate Town against Grimsby, then you can join Tim Steer on DAB Digital Radio. York City against Aldershot for David Ward and the former York City striker Ian Dunn is on FM and BBC Sounds. And Scarborough Athletic against Buxton with James Fletcher and Darren Foreman is online via the BBC Sport website and app. So that's your choice of listening. Let's make your mind up time.
BBC Radio York Sport.
Thank you, Pete. Welcome back to the LNR Community Stadium. No sign of the York City players yet. In fact, as soon as I say that, of course, here they start to come. Aldershot have been out for a good 3 or 4 minutes, sent out early by their manager. Was that second Ollie Pearce goal? York City's fourth, right in the stroke of half-time. The killer for the visitors today. I can't see it finishing 4-2. Let's be honest, that first half could have been anything. It is 4-2 at half-time. It could quite easily have been 6, 7, 8 goals to York City and possibly another one to Aldershot, having missed 2 penalties in that first half. York City, I can't see them making any changes. Let's see who's starting to come out. Callum Howe's there, Hunt's there, Armstrong, Fagan Walcott, Pearce, Richardson, John and Sinclair and Harrison Mayle. So we're just missing a couple of players and then we'll have the full complement. Here they come, Joe Felix in conversation with the referee Paul Marsden and Nathaniel George. So both teams unchanged from what finished the first half. So City, Mayle, John Howe, Fagan Walcott, Felix, Nathaniel George, Armstrong, Hunt, Richardson, Sinclair, Pearce. The away team, Dewhurst, Woodhouse, Ellison, Armitage and Jones have gone to a back four. In midfield, Hargreaves, Wigginton and the other Jones, Ryan Jones, Jack Barham, Josh Barrett and Kwame Thomas are the men up front for the visitors, of Kwame Thomas coming on in that first half in place of Tyler Frost. Ian Dunn is alongside me. The referee gets ready to get this second half underway. Both teams shooting towards the opposition's fans. So York City towards the Aldershot fans in the north stand. Ollie Pearce having a quick joke there with Cameron Hargreaves as the referee gets the game back underway, and off we go. York City 4, Aldershot 2. What has the second 45 got to offer, Ian Dunn?
Well, I mean, you kind of want more of the same, but with a little bit more certainty at the back. But City played so well, David, that there was times they had to attack.
There's room here for Richardson to attack now. He gives it to Felix down the right-hand side, 2-on-2 at the back. Good tackle comes in on Felix, and it comes across this near side. Are you slightly surprised that Cam John hasn't gone off at half-time? He's given the throw in the wrong way there, the linesman and the referee. That should have been a York throw. He's given it to Aldershot. The fact that he was very fortunate not to get a red card. Not because it was a bad, cynical challenge, and it was soft, the penalty, but once he gives the decision, surely he has to send Cam John off. You only give him a yellow card. With this referee, you're sort of waiting for something to happen.
You had 3 words there, with this referee, and you might have expected Tommy Widgington to be in his ear at half-time saying, how on earth are they not down to 10 men? And if that's the case, the referee, probably the next challenge that Cam John does that's slightly off time, he might reach for that book. So maybe Adam has to think about that. I'm not sure.
Sinclair finds Pearce from the throw-in. Pearce is tackled. Ball on the floor, into midfield it goes. Barrett down this left-hand side. That's a nice ball over the top for Jones. Into the penalty area, far left. He pulls it back to the back. Can't find Barham, forces him away from goal. It's a decent attack that from Aldershot. Barham picks it up, recycles it into the middle. Armstrong is able to head clear. And it comes back to Josh Barrett. Barrett, far side of the ground. Little give and go, gets it back. The right-hand side touchline. Lays it off back once more now to Aaron Jones. Jones gets across into the box. Barham on the stretch. Gets it away from Callum Howe. Still got it. Barham is forced wide. Now it's back to Barrett. Right hand side once more. Comes back again to Jones. Jones with the bright green boots on. Gives it inside to Widrington. 30 yards from goal. Widrington has to go back to Hargreaves. Now across this near side it comes to the other Jones. He goes back once more to the defender, Woodhouse. Woodhouse into Hargreaves. Hargreaves followed by Joe Felix. Woodhouse does well, gets it back, and then he skips away from Richardson. Right in front of us here, gives it to Jones. Jones is going to run at Sinclair, gets past Sinclair really easily, he's edge of the box. Still got it, good tackle comes in from Fagan Walker. That was too easy there from Aldershot. Widdrington back to Woodhouse. Bit of pressure for York City to see out the start of this half. Tempted cross comes in, flicks off Richardson again. Sinclair's touch completely lets him down. He puts it behind for a corner kick.
Yeah, get your head up, Tyrese. You're having a good game. Those are the little moments where you see his head go down straight away. Oh my God, what have I done? Get on with it. It's gone at that point.
First corner for the visitors of the match. Barrett comes across, gets ready to take it. Josh Barrett.
You almost feel Sinclair when he makes a mistake, he looks across at the manager as if and two substitutes have just gone out to warm up, Adam Crooks and Josh Stones, and
Barrett, here comes the corner, it's a deep one, free head around the back, nodded back in the mixer, and it goes behind off a York City defender. Second corner. Interesting, the leading goal scorer Barrett with 15 goals to his name is the man taking the set piece deliveries. Do you remember that time when Harry Kane used to take corners?
Yeah, what was that all about?
That was always a little bit bizarre.
Which manager? Who was in charge then? Because it was criminal, isn't it?
They've had a few managers. I can't remember exactly which one it was at Tottenham.
Pluck one of 20.
They might be having another one soon as well. Barrett outside of the field.
He's turned detective now.
Drilled in to the back post, too deep. That goes out for a throw into York City, right by the corner flag. And down in the penalty area is a York City man. Who's that? Who's down? Is it Pearce?
I think it's Hunt.
No, it's not. It's Hunt.
But no, I mean, Adam Hinchwood must have been. I think knowing Adam, he'd have been ecstatic in one way, but not showing it, and showed his displeasure at the fact City have been breached twice, which is, the way they play, they do not deserve to be have 2 against on the score sheet at the moment, and I think that's what they've been really adamant at half time. We don't concede anymore. Be solid, be more disciplined at the back, but still do your attacking, which has been
the away
faultless.
team who have started. I thought they should have had a free kick there on the edge of the York box, not given by the referee. City clear long, looking for Pearce. Oh God, that's a right shove on Ollie Pearce there from Armitage,
and that gets nothing. He's got a free kick. That's almost he just ran into Ollie Pearce,
barged him over, didn't he?
Yeah. However, Ollie. He's a clever boy, is Ollie Pearce, isn't he? He drew. I think he knew what was coming. He drew it in, and the defender just ended up having almost to make that foul. He's a cute player, Ollie Pearce.
I was talking to Wob Roller, mentioned him in the first half at half time. He said Harrison Mayle played brilliantly for Dorking against Aldershot last year. That was a good record against him. Well, he's conceded 2 today, but he has saved 2 penalties.
2 penalties, yeah.
Hunt from the free kick into the box, looking for Pearce, almost got over the top of the defender. City have it back now on the right hand side with Sinclair. He gives it to Richardson. Richardson trying to turn his man near the corner flag. Lewis Richardson still got hold of the ball up there. He's getting held. Be a foul. And then he wins a corner for York City. Lewis Richardson does really well. 2 goals to his name. And York City have their first corner of the second half. 6th of the game. Hinchelwood's put a jacket on in the second half. The sun's disappeared. It's not as sultry and as warm as it was earlier on. Temperature starts to take a bit of a dip, I think, tomorrow.
Apparently so, yeah. Enjoy this while it's here. Touching 19 degrees according to my watch.
Hunt then. It's near side. What can he deliver? And it comes now. High.
Hunt.
To the back post. Howe onto the head. He nods it into the middle. Falls to the edge of the box. Sinclair takes the shot. It's blocked. John just couldn't get out of his feet, could he? He tried to lay it off back to Sinclair. And then Richardson, who's all the shot clear, gives it to Hunt. Hunt. Back to Nathaniel George. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Mayle. It's different, isn't it? Every time City have these corners, it's different players they send back to try and keep the ball under control. Felix does brilliantly at the back. Turns away from Thomas as if he's not there. Hunt gives it to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott at the back. Goes back to Sinclair. Sinclair back to Mayle. And he clears long downfield once more in the centre of the pitch. Pearce doesn't bother jumping for that one. Headed cleared by the yellow shirts of Aldershot. Into the centre of the pitch it goes. Widdrington goes back to his defender Armitage. Armitage gives it to Ellison. Now Woodhouse. Woodhouse down this right hand side. Intercepted by Sinclair, and he finds Richardson with a nice cushioned header. Tackle comes in on Richardson, and the ball goes back to Sinclair. Playing as an almost right back, and then Richards held to ground. Felix didn't like what he did there, Woodhouse. Now they're all going to start pushing and shoving. What did he do? Right in front of the fourth official there, Woodhouse on Richardson. I didn't see all the York players go to the fourth official. What has he done, Woodhouse? Because they've all spotted something. Has the fourth official spotted it? The referee now comes to talk to the fourth official. Off. Shout all the Yorkshire crowd around us. Let's have a look. What happened?
This referee is listening to the fourth official. He's listening to his linesman. I think the Aldershot players in trouble here. York City players and fans who saw it up close are adamant that was wrong.
Camera's just moved away, so I don't know if we're going to see it on the camera. We don't. The camera doesn't show it. Referee still talking to the fourth official, right in front of the away dugout, right in front of the fourth official. Surely he saw whatever it was that happened. The card's coming out. What colour's the card going to be? Into the pocket. It's probably yellow because he's into his short pocket rather than his shirt pocket. It is a yellow card shown to Woodhouse.
He's maybe looking. I'm just going by the City fans' reaction. They think it was more than a yellow.
Let's be honest, the referee never saw it, did he? We didn't see it either, and he only booked Cam John, so maybe, again, fair's fair.
Yeah. But again, this referee has made weirder decisions than that in the past.
Yeah. Rob alongside me again, he's saying there was absolutely nothing in that. I don't know if he spotted it. I certainly didn't.
Yeah.
As Gary Elphick calls back the York City substitutes, Batty and Stones and Luamba. Free kick taken from York City, headed into touch by Aldershot for a throw-in by the corner flag. So it's going to be a triple change for York City in a second. Hinchelwood now getting involved as well. They both want to have their say with the subs down there. Sinclair takes the throw into Felix. Felix lets the ball run under his foot, but he's still going to win it back for York City because that's what Joe Felix does. He's taken out late there by Hargreaves. And now York City want another yellow card here. Hargreaves is late on Felix. Again, if it's a card, it's only going to be... Oh, it's a red! He's off! Hargreaves, straight red card for the tackle on Joe Felix. It didn't feel like a red to me. I'll have a look at it on the replay, but the red is off. Felix is going to be all right. And immediately, he's been waved off the pitch here. Is Cameron Hargreaves. I think he's unfortunate. I'll have a look at the replay. But the referee straight away got the red card out, and you just wonder if he's taken the brunt for the decision he missed just a couple of moments ago.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh, it's late. It's really late.
Yeah,
it's really late. Down the back of his calf. He's got it right, the referee.
Yeah.
Give the referee credit. He's got it right.
Yeah.
It's really late. Down the back of Felix's left calf.
Yeah. There's no doubt. No doubt. I can't understand why he's complaining. He knows he's gone down the back of Joe Felix's calf. It's nailed on. And especially with the foul that just happened prior to it where the fans are baying for blood. That referee was never not going to pull the red card out in that situation. It's a red card offence anyway, but he wasn't going to... I don't think he's going to buckle there.
It's a really, really silly challenge. He didn't need to make it. Felix is off the pitch.
Yeah.
Hunt with a free kick into the penalty area. Deep offside flag goes up. It's going to be a quadruple change from York City. Rob alongside me is shaking his head saying it should have only been a yellow, but... It's a silly challenge, and with this referee, you just can't take the chance.
I think most referees give that as a red, David. I've got to be honest.
The yellow card shown now, I think, to... Was that Sinclair?
Sinclair. Don't get drawn in. This ref will, regardless of whether he thinks he's got that right or wrong, he'll want to even it up. He'll want to do things.
Right, what's going to happen here with these changes then? Crooks, Stones, Batty and Luamba are coming on for York City. When the fourth official, good luck, mate, doing that with his board. He's now saying, you ready? They're all stood there next to your fourth official.
Yeah. Just get the board out. It's easy to work out. Just press the numbers, don't you?
Well, here we go. How long's this going to take? Get your stopwatch on this, Ian.
We'll still be playing at 5:10. We've not seen it successfully executed yet, have we? Aldershot are playing on?
No.
Aldershot are actually playing on. Oh, dear. So 4 subs. Wow.
Right, another yellow card shown there to an Aldershot man in the centre of the park, I think.
It looks like Lewis Richardson's not going to get his hat-trick chance.
He's getting a standing ovation instead.
Yeah, good performance.
Armstrong is the first to come off alongside Richardson and Cam John. Richardson's off, Armstrong's off, John is off.
Sinclair's looking like he's coming off.
And Sinclair comes off.
Yeah.
So Crooks for John, Stones for Sinclair, Stones for Richardson.
Stones, Stones for Sinclair or Richardson. Luamba must have gone on for Sinclair.
Sorry, yeah. Even I can't keep up here now.
Yeah.
And then Batty for Armstrong. Batty for Armstrong, Luamba for Richardson, Stones for Sinclair, and Crooks for John.
Yeah. Getting minutes into these players' legs as well, so important. There's still a game to be won here as well. I think Adam Hinchwood will want more from these players that are coming on. He'll want that extra injection, that bounce of the substitutes to come on and get another goal, hopefully.
Whether the quadruple substitution for the Minster men. 18, Dan Batty replacing 17, Lewis Richardson. Number 3, Adam Crooks replacing 21, Cameron John. 24, Josh Stones replacing 15, Marvin Armstrong. And finally 29, Junior
Leighton
Lambert,
Donaldson, who's sitting just in front of us, gets up from his seat with, I think that must be his son, matching dreadlocks from the two Donaldson boys.
Bless. I saw him with the hot dogs earlier. An expensive round.
Yeah, he was carrying a load of hot dogs and drinks, wasn't he?
Yeah. I thought he was going to bring one for me and you then, David, but no luck.
No. Aldershot down to 10 men then, far side of the ground, and trailing by 4-2. They're going to make changes in a second. They've already made that one in the first half. Will it be damage limitation, or will they keep going for it here, the visitors?
Well, they might be thinking if we can get the next goal. You know, if this was the other way around, I'd be thinking if we get the next goal, we're back in it. So they've got nothing to lose.
Throw
really.
it far side into the York City penalty area. Howe wins the header. Hunt gives away possession. Stones clears for City. Back to Widrington. Barrett. Good tackle comes in for Batty. Now City on the break. Pearce round the corner to Hunt. Tells him to go right. He does. Luamba. City got 3-on-1 here. Luamba. Last man into the penalty box. Luamba goes wide. He takes on the shot. Goalkeeper saves. Hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Should have pulled it across goal. And Pearce is letting him know that. Rebounds all the way back to Hunt. 35 yards from goal. He takes on the shot. That takes a block off a defender. Goes across the left-hand side to Nathaniel George. Now to Crooks in a crossing position. He pulls it back instead to Batty. Batty. Edge of the box. Now goes left again to Crooks. Crooks comes in field, gives it to Nathaniel George once more, round the back. He pulls it to the edge of the box. Hunt takes on touch, gives it Pearce 1-2. Hunt, he's put it wide on the angle. Should have walked it into the net.
Oh, it's brilliant football. Oh my, I don't know how you describe that goal. If that goes in, that's possibly, it's right up there. And Alex Hunt, he'd be furious with himself because it was a move. The move was fantastic.
Now a double change for the visitors. James Henry is about to come on. And so too is Keane Anderson, two midfielders, attacking midfielders. Coming off is number 10. So Josh Barrett is one of them to come off. And the other one is Widrington, who says something to Gary Elphick as he walks off, the manager's son. And now Widrington saying something to the crowd, sticking up two fingers at them. Two fingers as in saying number 2.
That's
not
weird,
sure why.
because Tommy Widrington did exactly the same thing to one of the City fans just a minute ago.
Second substitution for Aldershot.
Very strange.
Number 27.
Saying you're second, you're not top probably.
Well, I'd rather be second than where you are. So.
Yeah. I think that's probably the message that he was getting back.
Yeah.
Theo Widrington.
York City have a throw on halfway. They lead by 4-2. They've also got the numerical advantage. It's been another iffy performance by the officials, but one you have to say that's gone York City's way so far today is Luamba's challenge for that. Now back to Fagan. Gone York City's way, yet he's given Aldershot 2 penalties.
Yeah, it is. Crazy.
Felix, ball over the top, I think that's overhit, comes to the goalkeeper. He's always eventful though, isn't it, every game that he referees?
Oh yeah, I mean just watching him run's funny, so...
Across that left-hand side. He's keeping up with play pretty well though.
He is.
Now across, it goes to Howe. Howe to Crooks. Crooks across to Howe again. To Batty. Bit of a lull in the atmosphere. 61 minutes gone on the scoreboard. Far side of the ground. So I'm watching the stream here. It says there's 66 minutes gone, but there's not. Long ball downfield. Stones won't get there. Goalkeeper come up his area and does well.
He's off.
Then there's a tackle from Stones. He catches Stones in the head. I think it's just fire. It's all fair enough. You thought he'd taken out Dewhurst, didn't you? But he didn't do. He just tried to block it.
Yeah, I just wondered if he'd gone in too rash there, Josh Stones.
And they both got up and shook hands with each other.
Yeah.
Good to see the goalkeeper and Stones. Neither of them make anything of that.
Yeah, I think Stones went down feeling his head because I think he thought I've caught the keeper here. Yeah, don't nothing daft.
It looked silly from Josh Stones.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah. You don't need
the
to do
referee must have got it
silly.
right, because Aldershot would have made more of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there was something in that. It didn't look great though from where we were. Stones to Batty. Batty into midfield to Howe. Howe going to go back to his goalkeeper Mail. Mail to his near side to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott down the line to Felix. Felix is in space. Felix can come forward over halfway. Here he comes, Joe. Threads it through to Stones. Lovely ball. Stones, his first touch wasn't great there. Should have done better, Josh Stones. He had Pearce just around the back of him. Could have laid it off to him. But Aldershot have it at the back. City 4, Aldershot 2. 63 minutes gone. BBC Radio York. Run through all the other latest scores in just a second for you. There's goals in most games, but none as many as here. Buxton now 2 up at Scarborough in National North. So latest scores: Barnet 1, Wealdstone 1 was a full time, the early kick-off. So as things stand, City going 6 points behind Barnet ahead of the early kick-off next Friday at Gateshead. Boston lead Altrincham by 1-0. Dagenham 0, Hartlepool 1. Ebbsfleet 2, Sutton 1, as City have it with Luamba on halfway. Halifax 0, Maidenhead 0, Rochdale 3, Eastleigh 0, Southend 0, Solihull 1, that's a bit of a surprise. Tamworth 3, Braintree 2, Woking 0, Fylde 0, Yeovil 2, Oldham 0. Again, the playoff chasers, none of them doing that well, apart from Rochdale.
Nobody fancies it.
They don't. City certainly fancy it. Batty in the centre circle. Out it goes to Howe. If Adam Hinch would just want to make a fifth change, he's not got too many options now. He's got Billy Chadwick and Linnell John Lewis, the outfield players, still on the bench. John Lewis, who hasn't been seen in a couple of weeks despite being on the bench, which has been unusual for this season, hasn't it?
And Chadwick has had sniffs, hasn't he?
He has. That's a ball round the back to Hunt, who's just drifted offside. Didn't bend his run enough.
I do wonder if he does make another change, if it would be Chadwick. Bear in mind there, 10 men. Chadwick finds little spaces and little gaps that he can exploit.
Kai Corbett's coming on the strike. He played as a left winger the other night against Boston, did Kai Corbett. Let's see where he comes and plays here. He comes on for Ryan Jones. The attacking midfielder. Where's he going, Corbett? Is he coming to this left-hand side?
In partnership with the Bridge Hotel and Spa Weatherby. Fourth substitution for Aldershot Town, number 9, Kai Corbett, replacing 11, Ryan Jones.
So it's Hargreaves, the man sent off in the week when he's extended his contract at Aldershot. So he's not going to be celebrating the way he wanted to do. Batty, lovely ball to Luamba on this right-hand side. Luamba back to Felix. Felix goes back to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott turns back and gives it to Batty. Batty across the left hand. So it's a nice afternoon out in the sun now for these York City supporters, isn't it, as things stand? One-way traffic. Round the corner it goes to Pearce. Buxton now 3 up at Scarborough. Long ball forward, Hunt stays on side this time, round the back of the defence in the penalty area. Hunt pulls it back to the edge of the box, just can't find Nathaniel George as the tackle comes in, and Aldershot just give possession back to Howe. Howe then finds Corbett, high foot, good foot play though from Batty to Stones. Stones gives it to Luamba on this right hand side. He's going to run his defender into the penalty area, Junior Luamba, and he comes now edge of the box, takes on the shot left footed. Has he dragged that wide? He has, via in deflection. York City have another corner.
Yeah, Junior Luamba has obviously been told to run at his player, run at your full-back, put him on his back foot and have a go, and that is exactly what Junior Amber's trying. Not had great success yet, but it's good to see him trying. It's good to see him trying to take that full-back on.
Batty comes across to take this corner. It's weird, isn't it, when Hunt's on and Batty are on? Batty always is the chosen man. I didn't think Alex Hunt's delivery is slightly better, but that's not the way that Hinshelwood sees it. Batty lifts it up to the far post. Not well dealt with. Foster Callum Howe takes on the shot, blasts it into the Aldershot fans behind the goal. That'd have been a collector's item.
It's a chance.
Right-footed shot from the edge of the box from Callum Howe.
Yeah, it's a chance. It just fell nicely. I'm sure Callum Howe would be the first to admit maybe been better if it fell on Ollie Pearce's feet.
A decent number of Aldershot fans here. It's one of the bigger away followings, and we've seen possibly the biggest away following when they've just been given the when they've just used the stand behind the goal. possibly the best part of, there's quite a few gaps in there, but best part of two and a half blocks, I would suggest. So maybe 350 Aldershot fans as Batty's pulled down by Corbett. Corbett's got a yellow bandage around his right wrist to match his yellow kit. Felix takes the free kick, looking for Stones. Stones wins a header infield, but Pearce wanted the flick on rather than the little nod round the corner. And Aldershot were able to clear to the far side. Howe. He goes back towards his own goal and gives it to Harrison Mayle, who's not having too much to do in this second half. Mayle to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott gives it to Luamba. Luamba gives it to Batty. Batty, lovely crossfield ball to Nathaniel George, brings it down his chest, gets past the man as well, comes in field. Nathaniel George is allowed to run across the right hand side to Felix. Felix got Luamba outside him if he wants to, stays on side, gets it. Luamba now tries to cross in, can't beat the first man, flicks up in the air and Pearce gets there, edge of the box, he puts the cross in, it's the middle. Goalkeeper stranded on his line. It's a beautiful cross from Pearce. Hunt, back it comes to Pearce, he's going to get a second chance. He tries to win a corner, can't get there past the man, and they clear up towards the edge of the box. Ball bounces at the edge of the area, Stones can't get there. Aldershot are able to clear to the man who's just come on, Corbett. And now Thomas gets there, and Howe back to his goalkeeper. And he lays it off to Howe. Now to Hunt. Hunt just trying to get Aldershot to come. They've shown no attempt now to try and put a bit of a press on as the ball goes down the right hand side. Corbett goes to ground looking for a free kick. Oh, well played. Stones nick it off him. Can he feed Felix in?
Brilliant.
He can. Felix, tight angle, right hand side, pulls it across goal, gets the deflection back to Stones. Stones needs to get out his feet. Does.
Get in!
Little reverse pass into the bottom left hand corner from Josh Stones. Lovely finish from the former Wigan man. York City have a fifth. They could go in for their biggest win of the season. York City 5, Aldershot 2.
Brilliant running from Josh Stones. He used all his pace, his strength. He bossed the defender there, and everything he did there was the right decision. When you thought, is he going to shoot? No, he fed Felix in. Felix didn't quite get his shot in. It comes back to Josh Stones, one, maybe two touches, and then a cutest of finishes. Josh Stones, fantastic finish from that young man.
Josh Stones!
His 7th goal since arriving at the start of the year.
And Josh's home shirt is kindly sponsored by Bonkers Wine Bar.
And there you go, the match sponsors have now got the name over the tannoy, the public address, because they also sponsor Josh Stones. Good day for the boys, just to our right hand side are enjoying themselves.
A great day out for the lads, yeah. Listen, that Josh Stones, that was just fantastic play. He's up for it, as he always is. Just uses his presence there, upset the Aldershot defence, and then a great finish.
So they need one more goal to equal the biggest win of the season, the 6-2 here against Maidenhead.
Well,
they've got 20 minutes to get
I would not
that
put it
one
past
more
us.
goal. As Dewhurst clears, looking for Thomas. Thomas tries a flick around the corner, misses it. Fagan Walcott clears long, headed clear once more by Aldershot. Hunt gets his head to that, and the yellow shirts have it with Corbett. Corbett into midfield. Hunt will get there. Tackle comes in on him. Fagan Walcott gets in front of Thomas, who's pulling his shirt. Referee sees it and gives the free kick to York City. York City 5, Aldershot 2. On an eventful afternoon at the LNR, and Aldershot down to 10 men. Red card, could have been a second red card. 2 penalties, both saved. Although Aldershot did put in the rebound for one of them. Luamba. Infield it comes to Batty. Batty to this right hand side, once more to Luamba. Luamba to Felix. Felix round the corner, that's nice to Hunt in the box. Little back heel trying to find Batty. Oh, Batty just couldn't get there.
Great football. Alex Hunt, brilliant football. So nearly came off.
Crooks, he can't get there.
Oh, 3v2 here.
It is a rare attack in the second half for Aldershot. Barham coming forward. Great tackle from Callum Howe.
Brilliant.
The ball goes in to touch the far side of the field for an Aldershot throw. He did really well, the York City captain.
Yeah,
Throw in
Callum
taken
Howe.
immediately. Aldershot Trying to spread it across to Corbett. Felix does well. Gets the referee's going to allow play to go on, then pulls Joe Felix back with a smile on his face, and it's a free kick to Aldershot. Centre of the field, around about 28 yards away from goal.
Not sure that was. I thought
it was fair enough. I thought he probably just about caught him. Would have been screaming for it at the other end.
Oh yeah.
What are they going to do here then? James Henry, former Oxford United, Wolves and Millwall man, is over this. Referee gets his spray out. He's not scored. In fact, he's the second leading goal scorer is Henry. 13 goals to his name. So I imagine he's going to have a dig here, Ian. In fact, he will now because everyone else has walked away and left him. Yeah,
there's only one thing in his mind here. He's going to have a pop.
4-man wall from York City. Pearce lies down underneath it at the back.
It's quite a big gap to Harrison Mills' right hand.
Henry gets it over the wall, but he also gets it over the bar.
He aimed for the gap, got nowhere near, thankfully for City.
Mail to Batty. Batty to Hunt. Batty now to Fagan Walcott. How much does City want a sixth goal? That might be the only thing that's stopping them from getting it. Desire, if they keep going forward, chances will be created in the final 17 plus whatever we have of injury time. Across the left hand side to Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George comes in field, gives it to Batty. Batty, he tries to spread it to Luamba, can't beat the Aldershot man. Luamba does really well there to get back in position and hold up the away team, shove in the back, and the referee gives the free kick. He's got that right.
Good play by Luamba though, chased in, helped his defence out.
Stand up if you love City. Chant the crowd all around us. Long ball forward, well intercepted by Crooks. Now Sadiq can come forward with Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George over halfway. Look how far forward Hunt is now in this second half. He's going to run across the face of the penalty area. Tries to lay it off through to Stones. Stones can't get there. And Aldershot are able to clear once more. Thomas controls on his chest but can't beat Callum Howe. Howe nods it past his man and then can come forward after a couple of touches on his thigh. Left winger Callum Howe. Round the corner it goes to Pearce. Pearce tries to save his man. Callum Howe's in the box. Go for the return ball. Howe shoots. Oh my word! Callum Howe! 20 yards just inside the penalty area. The little give and go to Pearce, and right footed he cups his mouth. He can't believe what he's just done there, the York City captain. What a finish! What a goal! York City 6, Aldershot 2.
You questioned League 1 earlier. He's Premier League standard. What a goal. You couldn't have wished for a better. Callum Howe surging forward. Lovely little 1-2 with Pearce. Pearce again returning the favour to Callum Howe. And the finish is absolutely stunning.
Joe Felix is in absolute hysterics on this near side, laughing as he comes back and gets a little handshake from his manager. All the York City players have got huge smiles on their faces, none bigger than Callum Howe. What a goal! He was a left winger, then he did the give and go, he continued his run, Pearce picked him out beautifully and he drilled it. Look at him laughing.
Look at this.
He will never have scored as good a goal as that in his whole life.
Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Pearce was brilliant. A little reverse ball and then Callum Howe lets the ball drag across his body and then, oh wow, what a strike. Guided, swerved into that corner. You couldn't ask for much more from this York City team today. It's been outstanding.
Tariq Ouakwi has just come on for Luca Woodhouse, who's not enjoyed his afternoon out at the LNR. And now Linnell John Lewis is going to come on for York City as well.
Yeah. Callum Howe, big grin across his face. Harrison Mills having a little giggle with him now as well. What have you just done? Potential goal of the season right there. Unreal.
Fagan Walcott, I think it's coming off here for John Lewis. I saw him run across about 5 or 10 minutes ago and he's got a hobble on as if he might have just tweaked his hamstring.
Yes, I saw him feel to that. Let's hope that's just precautionary. He's smiling as he comes off, so hopefully he's fine. Another young, outstanding player here at York City. Yeah, he's feeling his right hamstring there.
What an afternoon this has turned into. So this has equalled the biggest win of the season against Maidenhead back in November. One more. And they're there.
Adam wants more. Adam Hinshelwood wants another, I reckon.
He will. And again, there's only one thing that's going to stop them from getting that 7th. And that's if they don't keep going for it.
Yep. 13 minutes. I would not want to be in Aldershot kit at the moment. I really wouldn't, because this could end up, it's time yet, isn't there, for another couple of goals if City really want them.
His name is a shop, they sing. Little John Lewis, of course, who got that last gasp winning goal against Aldershot that started the great escape this time last year.
Wow, look where we have come in that 12 months. Absolutely frightening. So what we're watching now,
the stream still has the game 5 minutes ahead of where it actually is. It says 82 minutes, it's actually 77 minutes.
They're ahead of us. Have they seen a goal?
Here comes the announcement for the Aldershot. He missed that, I think, with Robert.
I don't know if you mentioned that.
Look at the space for Pearce. Just dropped his number 10 roll. He's now going to burst forward. Edge of the box. Stones wants him feeding through. Pearce has still got it. Going for the hat-trick. Pearce takes on everyone. And he gets there. He doesn't. It's gone wide. Very deflection. That's brilliant defending. He can't believe it, Ollie Pearce. It looked for all the world as though it was just going to go into the back of the net. But it's brilliant defending from someone back there from Aldershot to get themselves in between the goal and the ball. And it goes behind for a corner kick.
Just a message to Joe Dyer who's listening in, David, from far away. Get another pina colada in and enjoy your evening.
She's missed her favourite though, hasn't she?
She has. He said hello. But my word, there's lots of favourites out there today.
In comes the corner now. It's a deep one. The back post. Goalkeeper missed it. John Lewis wins a header. Still not cleared. Still bouncing around. Referee takes pity.
Yeah.
As an Aldershot man goes to ground and he gives the free kick as the ball does eventually find its way into the back of the net. So Pearce drove at the defenders, got into the edge of the box, into the penalty area. Oh, it's a brilliant save. It's an absolutely brilliant save from Dewhurst, who stuck out his left hand.
Wow.
The 341 away support. That didn't actually catch what they gave the full attendance out.
I think he said 5872. I think 5872. I hopefully heard that correct. It's deafening in here. 371 from Aldershot, I think.
341. Decent effort. Long journey up from Hampshire. I hope they've enjoyed the weekend in York more than the game.
I'm sure everything either side of 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock will have been lovely for them. But in between those hours, it's been an absolute horror show. They've been battered.
It's been an absolute mullering.
Yeah.
Batty sends it forward, looking for Pearce. Defender's going to get there first. And he slices it into touch. They just want the end to come to the visitors. They've still got 10 minutes plus injury time. Should be lots of injury time as well. Luamba to Stones from the throw-in. Back to Luamba, back to Stones. Stones turns away from his man. And that's him to touch for a throw-in to Aldershot. Hinshelwood's Barmy Army, some of the supporters. Down the line it goes. Batty wins it, gives it to Felix. Felix round the corner to John Lewis, holds his man off, comes back into midfield, John Lewis, before giving it to Hunt. He tries to thread it through. Pearce leaves it for John Lewis. Oh, John Lewis just didn't read it. It was beautiful from Ollie Pearce, but John Lewis just wasn't on the same wavelength.
Yeah, he's been on fire today. I mean, good luck to those that are choosing man of the match today. It's almost impossible. But you've got to have Pearce in the mix. Howe, Felix, Hunt. Well, all of them.
Hunt. Tries to thread it through. Luamba, can he get through? Yes, one-on-one. Goalkeeper slips. Luamba. Oh, I can't get it past him. He got back up and recovered really well. Edge of the penalty area to Pearce. It should have been another. Pearce lays it off back to Felix. Felix goes back to Batty. Luamba didn't know what to do with it, and the goalkeeper slipped, but still managed to stick out a leg. Felix round the corner to Batty. Tackle comes in on Batty, and Aldershot will come forward with the ball. Up to halfway, they go long. Crooks is at the back for York, and he allows it to go all the way through to Harrison Mail. It stays York City 6, Aldershot 2.
Luamba couldn't believe his luck and how much time and space he had, and he ended up using it all up.
Hunt, Pearce, back to Hunt, now to Batty. Batty to Luamba. Lambert down the line wins York City a throw-in. The Aldershot assistant manager just puffs out his cheeks. He's seen enough.
Yeah.
Witherington sits down on his bench, on his seat in the dugout.
Oh, they've seen their team get dismantled this afternoon. Absolutely dismantled.
Throw-in taken by Batty to Howe. Howe to Hunt. Back again to Howe. He's got to stay switched on, City keep attacking for the final 10 or 12 minutes here. Hunt gives away possession as soon as we say that, and it comes to Barron, who's did really well in the first half, not really had much to go at in the second. Good tackle comes in on him, but the referee says it's a foul, and he plays it off into midfield. Chance for the away team to come forward in the centre of the park. Given away though. Batty wins it for York City. Luamba to Felix. Felix round the corner for Stones. Can Stones get on his bike? He won't get there before the defender. Defender makes Dewhurst work a little bit here. He's forced out of his penalty area, and he slices that long down the line. Has that gone into touch? No, it hasn't gone into touch. Corbett manages to keep it in as well. He does well. Felix hacking around, and Batty gets there, does he? That should be a York City throw-in. Batty takes it immediately to Felix. Well played Corbett for getting up. He could have stayed down there and tried to win his side a free kick.
Joe
was
Felix
giving
is going
instructions
to
to Felix
listen.
as Felix had the ball there, and he turned around and looked to him. Oh, hang on, I've got the ball at my feet.
Yeah.
Where's that gaffer?
Yeah. The gaffer was giving him instructions, and he was sort of, do I listen or carry on?
Felix, he's going to play it long over the top, looking for John Lewis. John Lewis wins the flick on, finds Luamba in field. City swarming forwards once more. Pearce through, big gap in the centre of the defence. Pearce, edge of the area. Pearce got the long way around, takes a shot. Yes! What a left-footed finish! That is from Ollie Pearce. He gets his hat trick. He gets York City's 7th. 7 S-E-V-E-N. York City have 7. Ollie Pearce has a hat trick. Wow, Ian Dunn.
I don't know what to say. There was nothing else in his mind, was there? He got the ball in the middle of the park in acres, again, finding that space, and he took on the Aldershot defence. He took them wide. I thought he'd gone too wide, but no, nothing's too wide for Ollie Pearce, as it seems. Great finish. That chick, what a goal, what a player, what a performance this has been from York City. We are hitting the notes at just the right time of the season. We really are. My words.
30 league goals. Ollie Pearce, the first York City player to score 30 league goals in his debut season since a certain Arthur Bottom.
Wow. That's the best I can come up with, David. Wow. Because it is a wow performance. It's a wow season for York City, particularly for Ollie Pearce. But this team today has been absolutely outstanding. Aldershot, they don't know whether they're having a cereal or shampoo. Can I say that? They haven't got a clue what's happened to them today. They're in shell-shocked. And it's been because York have been so good, David.
Last player to score 2 hat-tricks in a season, Richard Brodie in 2009-10. And there's still plenty of this season to go for Ollie Pearce to continue scoring goals. 30 in the National League, 32 in all competitions. He's also got an assist today. He's on 13 assists. Wow. It is quite staggering from York City's number 10. Aldershot on the left-hand side with the man who we were hoping was not going to touch the ball, so we didn't have to say his name. Off you go, Ian.
Who is it?
Uwakwe.
Oh yeah, Uwakwe. Tariq Uwakwe.
Corbett just outside the York City penalty area, deep cross into the box. Barron wins the head at the back post, goes well wide of goal, and it stays York City 7, Aldershot Town 2. 4.5 minutes to go of normal time, plus quite a bit of additional time for all these substitutions. Can City get 8? When was the last time York City scored 7? Harrogate 2, Grimsby 2, I'm hearing. Anyone knows? At BBC York Sport. And so someone will be able to tell us last time City scored 7. Was it back in Gary Mills' season? I remember him scoring a 7 that year. I think against, was it Kettering? Might have been more than once that season. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. Felix in midfield for York. He's the man to get City moving. Over the top, Pearce he's in, one-on-one. Dewhurst does really well, comes out and heads it clear, does really well. And if it hadn't been for the goalkeeper, it would have been 8 or 9 this afternoon. Yeah, easily. And that's just in the second half. He's had 2 or 3 outstanding saves. Batty to John Lewis. Felix. Hunt to the left-hand side. Nathaniel George, he'd love a goal. Hunt. Infield once more to Felix. Felix to John Lewis. They're sending off John Lewis here, but he's running into a bit of traffic now as John Lewis and the yellow shirts are able to come forward in the centre of the park. But Felix intercepts and that goes into touch. And that'll be a throw into Aldershot 10 yards away from halfway. He might enjoy his post-match pint in the bar behind us, Adam Hinchelwood, today, Ian.
I would imagine he'll enjoy that, and rightly so. Weirdly though, I think he's going to be annoyed with the 2 goals they conceded. They scored 7. We might have to remind him of that. But we know that he strives for perfection.
Hunt.
And this has been as near to perfection as he could possibly hope for.
Felix. Across the left-hand side to Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George infield to Hunt. Felix back to Hunt once more. Hunt tells everyone to go forward. Just tells people, go forward. We're waving his right arm. Forward, boys. Keep going forward. Now to Crooks, far side of the field. Crooks. Back again. The Olays are out. It's taken a while. They could have turned up at half-time, to be perfectly honest. But they're here now, the Olays. Hunt again in the centre circle to Felix.
Aldershot are just hoping City don't attack them.
They are. Everyone back behind the ball.
Yeah.
Remember, they're down to 10 in the second period. Howe. And the jinx of the referee Paul Marsden is coming to an end.
Well,
time is officiated City. Finally, City will be taking all 3 points.
In some style as well.
Look at that quiff from the gentleman who's been working downstairs at one of the bars. Wow. Oh, someone's got to have a picture of that. He's now coming up the stand. What a haircut is that from the young lad.
Jealous of that.
Wow.
That's something I could never achieve.
He's struggling to get through the gate, isn't he? Next to Adam Hinchelwood. Well, there's 2 girls gone trying to get autographs Adam Hinchelwood and just had to say, I can't do it now, you're going to have to wait till the end of the game.
I think he's got a baseball cap on.
City have it at the back with Howe. Hunt. Now he gives it to Howe. New Yorker going up, chant the supporters. The far side to Crooks. Crooks once more to Hunt. City just trying to move him around. Now they try and find Stones through the centre. Pierce. Good. He does find Stones into the box. Stones stays down. Oh, Luamba, loads of space to the right side. Poor first touch. Then the tackle comes in him and it goes behind for a goal kick. That was such a chance.
Yeah.
For an 8th.
There's been lots of little sort of half chances there. Luamba's had 2 actually since he came on, and just a better first touch
really
there.
Really poor first touch from Luamba, wasn't it?
A better first touch. He sets himself up for a shot.
Dewhurst taking his time over the goal kick. York City 7, Aldershot Town 2. Into the final 30 seconds of normal time we go. What's turned out into be the most perfect of afternoons for York City. Dewhurst clears. He's not enjoyed his couple of visits to the LNR, has he? After the playoff final for Boston and then today. Stones flicks that on. John Lewis, the old shot man's gone to ground. Referee, it's a leg injury. He's calling on the trainer. 6 minutes goes up on the board. 600 minutes actually, but we get the gist.
Quite serious, this. I don't know, he's fallen awkwardly on his leg. The players are showing real concern.
In association with CJ's, the 4th official has indicated a minimum of 6 minutes additional time. 6 minutes.
John Lewis having a bit of a laugh and a joke with the referee. All Aldershot players. Both sets of players are coming across to take on fluids and take on instructions here.
Orchard Vodka, York City man of the match. Number 5, Callum Howe.
Callum Howe, the captain.
I think he had to with that goal, didn't he?
How often do you score a hat-trick and you don't get man of the match? Pierce can't believe it, I think, as he's walking over here. He's saying to Callum Howe, now look, you've scored. Callum Howe saying to him, I'm really sorry, mate. Gives him a slap around the chops. He's having a laugh.
He's got enough. He's had enough bottles of vodka.
He's shaking his head at the crowd. He can't believe it. Bit of banter between Ollie Pierce and the crowd. He said he's going to have him with him. A bit of a fist he showed to the crowd as if he's going to knock Callum Hough's lights out. You got to feel sorry for Ollie Pierce.
Yeah.
He's not going to get Clubman of the Year as well, I don't think. It's ridiculous, really.
I wonder if there's
a cramp, this Ian. I don't even think there's an injury on this defender.
Oh, right.
He's just having his legs stretched by the physio.
I mean, Callum Howe's been brilliant, hasn't he? What, 2 assists and a goal today?
Yeah.
From centre back. I mean, yes, Ollie Pearce has scored a hat-trick and he'll win more man of the matches, no doubt, in the future, but for a centre back to get 2 assists and probably the goal of the match, yeah, I think that's probably a wise man of the match decision in a very tough environment, tough to choose.
Well, I'm sure we'll hear from one, possibly both of them, on BBC Radio York before 6 o'clock. The Aldershot fans, fair play to them. They're still singing their Wembley songs as they're on their feet, clapping their hands behind the goal. That's their aim now this season. They've got nothing to play for in the league. I'm sure if you offered them a win today or a win at Wembley, you know which one they'd take. So all's well that ends well, or could end well for the away team. The City have an uncontested drop ball and Hunt gives it to Crooks. So 6 minutes of injury time. We've played 2.5, but those 2.5 have been while the injuries taken part. So we should be up to 98.5. Let's see how good Paul Marsden is with his timekeeping. Luamba on this right-hand side. Infield to Felix. Felix across to Hunt. Aldershot, everyone back in their own defensive third. Everyone back behind the ball, hoping to see this game out with just 7 against York City's name. Luamba tries to thread it through to Felix. Felix in the penalty area. It's forced wide. Defender still not down. They're down to 9 at the minute here, Aldershot. So he needs to be off for the full 30 seconds as the defender. Felix to Luamba. Luamba back to Batty. Get it in the box. They're down to 9 here. Batty, he's not allowing the player on yet. Now he does. He waves him on, does Paul Marsden. That took an awfully long time. Stones, left-hand side. He's gone the long way around. Still got it, Josh Stones, hugging the left-hand touchline. Towards the corner flag. Stones tries to keep it in play. Does just about keep it in play. He's under pressure. Still got it, Josh Stones. Then he tries to feed it into the penalty area. Does really well. Gives it to Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George can't get past 2 men. Tackle comes in and it goes into touch for a throw-in. Hunt gets ready to take by the corner flag. Hunt gives it back to Crooks. Crooks. Hunt. To Howe. To Batty. Batty, John Lewis. Now Luamba on this near side. Luamba. Back to Batty. Hunt. Centre of the field, give and go to John Lewis. He's on his heels though and can't control that. John Lewis falls to Felix, takes on the shot, and he's drafted wide. A goal from 25 yards from Joe Felix. Big smile on his face as he turns away. It remains 7-2. So City next in action on Good Friday. This coming Friday, early kick-off 12:30. A chance to close the gap on Barnet to just 3 points at the top of the National League. And Oldham here on Easter Monday. A huge crowd, away sellout that day. Could be a complete sellout really if York City should be able to shift their tickets, I would have thought, for that game. 1,500 Oldham fans, but the North Stand and the West Stand overflow in use that day for the away supporters. York City have a throw in just short of halfway, far side of the field. We've played 5 of the 6, but as I say, the first 2.5 minutes of those should be added on again. Hunt to Felix. He's telling him to go forward here, is Hinchelwood, just pointing his fingers forward.
Wants an
forward. Into midfield it goes. They do go forward now. Nathaniel George, centre of the field.
That's brilliant.
John Lewis through on one knee, can't get there before the goalkeeper. Just didn't have the pace to get it there first.
No. Lovely ball from Nathaniel George. John Lewis, you're right, he just didn't quite have that burst of pace to get on the end of it. But good football again from City.
Over 6 months now since his last goal, Linnell John Lewis. Aldershot's big rivals, the penalty at Woking back on the 5th of October. It's a long time for a striker to go without scoring. I know he had the long period out. That's flicked on by Barham and will go out of play, and that'll be a York City goal kick. Because the York City fans, why wouldn't you want to hang around to applaud this team off after a performance and a result like this, Ian?
Yeah, well, you'd want to be here, I'm sure. The music will be banging, the atmosphere will be fantastic, and they deserve it. This has been a treat, hasn't it, this afternoon?
Howe's been encouraged to shoot from inside his own penalty box there by the south stand. Hunt comes forward. We played the 6, we're now into added on.
Have we got one more?
Batty, long ball down the middle. Goalkeeper comes out and gathers on the edge of his box. Poor ball really from Dan Batty.
I thought it was
better than that.
It looked like it was going to be a good one, but the keeper read it, didn't he?
Overhit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's taking his time over this, Dewhurst. Just checks there's no one behind him.
Dan Batty playing centre-back now.
He is playing centre-back, Dan Batty, alongside Callum Howe. Another string to his bow. To be fair, he plays there most weeks anyway. He allows one of them to go forward. He misses his kick there, does Batty. And then Thomas wins that header, but again, all the way through it goes to Harrison Mail via Adam Crooks. We played 7 minutes now. Yorkie's looking at his watch, pointing his watch to the referee. Come on, we don't want this to stop Yorkie. Poor from him.
We want more.
Poor from Yorkie behind the goal. Let's keep going. Luamba forward to Stones,
good.
lovely dummy. Felix round the back. This could be the final attack. Good cross into the box from Felix. John Lewis pulled to ground. Is he wanting the penalty? Referee said no. Dewhurst comes out and Watsit go out and play for a throw in far side of the field, and then he just collapses, does Marcus Dewhurst. Well, no, John Lewis wanted a penalty. I'm not sure there's much happening there.
It was a lovely ball in from Joe Felix, Beckham-esque.
That would have been very, very soft if Manel John Lewis had been given a penalty for that. I'm not sure if it was. He'd have been desperate to take it, but so too would Ollie Pearce wanting a fourth.
Yeah. Probably just as well the referee didn't give it.
Throw in. Down the right-hand side. We almost played 8 minutes now of additional time. City have it on halfway. Hunt sends it forward. John Lewis ducks under it to let it go to Stones. Stones edge of the area. Just can't get the ball under control. Aldershot clear. That is the full-time whistle. City have to make do with 7. Applauds. Tommy Whittington just turns round and applauds the York fans behind him. Not sure if that was sarcastic or not. That was an absolutely superb performance by York City. 7-2 they've won here today. Ollie Pearce with a hat-trick. Lewis Richardson with a brace. Josh Stones and Callum Howe with the best goal he's ever scored in his life. Also scoring for York City. 2 goals for Aldershot, who missed 2 penalties. Jack Barham in the first half with a lovely finish from the right edge of the penalty area. Drilled it into the bottom corner of Harrison Mail's goal. Kwame Thomas, after Mail saved the second penalty, he was the first to respond and put it into an empty net. It finishes York City 7, Aldershot 2. Aldershot played most of the second half with 10 men after a stupid challenge on this near side from Hargreaves. What an afternoon, what a performance Ian Dunn.
Yeah, just unlucky to only get the 7, I think. That was just brilliant. From the start, I mean, the tone was set in the first 10 seconds, David. It was relentless from York City. Then the early goal comes in. It was as near to perfect as you'd want. Yeah, listen, they scored a couple of goals, but when you attack like York did, you're going to give the odd chance away. It just felt a little bit annoying that they got the 2 goals, but listen, what a performance from York City. Just the football they played, David, it was relentless. That's the only word I can think of. And it was Callum Howe's goal. My word, he's a centre half. He got 2 assists and then scores one of the goal of the season contenders. Everything went right for York City today, David. We've got a lot to look forward to with this team.
An absolute joy to be at the LNER Community Stadium to watch that. It's finished York City 7, SEVEN, it will have said on the video printer. Aldershot Town 2.
You're in for a cracking Easter weekend with me, Cy King, Tom Grennan and the mighty Brian Adams.
No way. That's so kind.
We'll be celebrating with some of the good eggs nominated for a BBC Make a Difference award.
To hear what people are doing for other people, incredible.
It all starts with rock legend Brian Adams.
So there's no pressure then?
Good Friday morning at 9.
It's just wonderful to hear your stories.
Then it's me, Cy King, in my pyjamas. Sunday morning from 6. We round off with Tom Grennan, Easter Monday morning from 9.
So honoured to be asked to do this.
BBC Radio York.
BBC Radio York Sport.
So what a day at the LNER Community Stadium, where it finished York City 7, Aldershot 2. A hat-trick for Ollie Pearce, a brace for Lewis Richardson, along with goals for Josh Stones, and an absolute screamer from the captain Callum Howe. It's also full-time at the Exercise Stadium between Harrogate Town and Grimsby. Let's get a full-time report from Tim Steer.
And this is a scoreline I didn't think I'd be saying at half-time, but it's finished Harrogate Town 2, Grimsby Town 2. Grimsby Town taking the lead on 39 minutes after former York City man Kieran Green scored with a 70-yard lob of James Belshaw. A stunning finish from him, and really the only shot on target in that first half. But then the second goal for Grimsby Town looked to have been enough, really. It came in the 4th minute of added on time at the end of the first half. A half volley from Svan Thorson.